and welcome everybody. This is the FGC Arcade Summer Community Series, Guilty Gear Strive North America Edition. I'm here with the awesome Jadelin Gaming, and we're about to bring you through this whole continent's best players that qualified to make it for a possible trip to EVO, and hopefully win one of these bad boys. But we'll see what's going on. How you doing today, Jadelin?
I'm good. Nerd Josh over here with the flex of his very own EVO medal, which any of these players could win. I'm doing great. We've been very fortunate to have been here and talk a lot about who's playing, how excited we are to see this incredible matchup between a lot of murderers, and not just represented from the US. We also have several members from Mexico and Canada who are competing here today, which is really, really exciting. So let's take a look at how everybody got here and how we're going to continue with this format.
True that. Now this is an open qualifier here. Now 2 tournaments here. We have 4 players from each of them coming to give us our final 8 players. They will be fighting in a double elimination bracket, and it'll be best 3 out of 5 matches to see who will come out on top.
So speaking of who's going to come out on top, let's talk a little bit about what they are going to be fighting for. So 5th through 8th places, everybody here at least walks away with something. You've got $25 for those. 3rd through 4th gets $100. 2nd place gets $200, but this EVO hospitality package that the first player is going to win, the player who takes it all, this package, it's not just your badge, it's everything. This is valued at over $3,000. So
Whoa.
You know people are trying to win that free trip to EVO because it's going to cover so much and you're going to have yourself a phenomenal Vegas weekend.
Right? I mean, that's with $3,000 in Vegas, you're definitely having quite the trip. But they're going to have to battle it out here among some of the best in the continent, like we emphasized before. Starting it off with Bean versus Mike Saftig, Boyka versus Remy Celeste, Intel's Razzo versus STG Flair, and Umisho going up against BT Kaneki. And I mean, just our first and last match there representing a USA versus Mexico matchup, and Remy, I know, holding down Canada like you were saying earlier. So we got the whole continent here showing who is the best at this moment to try to take a trip to EVO.
Right, and as you mentioned earlier, these are the top 4 from each of the 2 days of brackets that we had, so they had to already fight through a ton of people to be here. So getting to look at this is, I mean, these are well-known murderers, and if you want to add your name to the list of well-known murderers that we have here today, go ahead and sign up at compete.playstation.com. It's right down there at the bottom. You can actually do it on the PlayStation as well if you want to sign up during, like, in your game. We have tournaments all across a lot of different games, and not just fighting games. We've got things like FIFA, just added Apex Legends. There's a lot of really cool stuff that you can join to compete in as well. I mean, I've actually done it too for some different games. I have a lot of fun when I play into it, and it's free to enter, so definitely do it. But we actually have a second thing that we want to talk about today too, which if you're interested in going to EVO, this definitely should be of interest to you.
Oh, definitely. Using FGC Arcade as a promo code while checking out at evo.gg, you can take $25 off on the registration. Now, this doesn't count for Sunday finals, but for everything else, you know, that's quite a good amount of money, and that can be a good meal in Vegas, you know, quite a night out, you know, so take the deal. If you're interested in going to EVO, thanks Sony for this promo code, and be sure to get on it.
Yeah, definitely. Late registration, we're already in the late registration period for EVO, and that closes at midnight on July 9th. So go ahead, use this code, get $25 off, which is actually a significant portion of the entry price for that particular pass. So go do that. But we're going to go ahead, and we already have this already for you. We're going to get jumping into our first match, which off stream, or off this, before we were on here, Josh, you were talking a lot about this matchup.
Oh, Bean versus Mike Saftig here, yes. So this match is going to be incredibly hype here. These are 2 players that were in the circuit online and offline an incredible amount. Now, Bean, you would see him about 3 times a week in these online circuits and representing himself at these next level New York City tournaments. He has definitely taken out some of the best and shown he is quite possibly the best chip in the North American region. Now, with a win ratio like that, I'm not surprised. But he is going to be going against one of the best in Mexico. So, you know, any given Friday, someone could mix that up.
And he's going to be going against Mike Saftig, coming out of Mexico City, playing that Soul. And we had a lot of things to say about Soul, about the changes that he received. Notably, there's some nerfs that changed his main combo routing that a lot of people were a little bit upset with. But Mike coming in here 6-2, 75% of the 8 matches. So not as good of a win rate, but, you know, Soul, now that we're in Season 2, did, again, take some significant changes to his character. So it's going to be really interesting. And with this Chip, I had the opportunity to watch a couple Chips play in tournament this past week. Chip is a monster, especially with the changes to the diagonal Alpha Blade and how you can follow that up after you are in the air. Like, the options are insane.
Yeah, I mean, Chip, he definitely survived the patch pretty well. And considering the universal changes, he's one of the characters that kind of embraces that a little more. Now, him going against a weaker Soul, this Soul is more universal in getting certain knockdown hits and combo conversions, but Soul always hurts. So I'm wondering how this works in this equation, because I haven't quite seen 2 specialists go at it in this matchup, this patch yet. So, you know, it's been a couple weeks here. Maybe there'll be less conversion routes that really make Bean a little more hesitant, but I'm not sure. I just know both players should be ready for this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. This is a thing that I don't think either of them are unfamiliar with. It should be very interesting to see how they choose to fight out, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. Ooh, very hesitant start, though.
Oh, the immediate IB and just keeping the pressure on. Nice FD from Bean that gets into the air dash, but the burst off immediately.
Yeah, don't want to deal with that at all. So interesting, you know, Mike is going for a lot of short-range options, and he's not capitalizing. And that's actually a fantastic conversion. Doesn't do a ton of damage for Bean, but it is going to at least get the wall break and get him that positive tension bonus.
Yeah, Mike has to be careful, because Bean's approach with the far S, he's going to clean up a lot, but very nice pickup, getting the corner change, the burst off.
Yeah,
Mike
he had
not
to burst
afraid.
right there.
Ooh.
Oh, the dozen and the YRC to counter it. That was actually really smart. And there is that aerial Alpha Blade that gets a little bit more off of it since you can damage. The overhead comes in. Mike is just...
Whoa, what a read there. And quite a drop, but was able to pick it up in the last moment. So the freeze...
Yeah, that was incredible. There was a really back and forth. It does seem a little scrambly. Both of them may have a little bit of that top 8 nerves. I know I would in this situation, what you're fighting for. But
True.
Bean is being very careful with their buttons, whereas Mike is throwing out things that seem a little bit less safe.
Yeah, no. Bean's kind of whiffing a little bit on these meaties, though. We've seen Mike capitalize once prior, but I'm not sure. Ooh, a little bit of a check here. See what's going to happen.
Yeah, it happens. You know, we always got to check it out, make sure it can rock, but...
True.
So... things that we want to cover already about this gameplay, because we're seeing so much as these guys are playing through this. So things that I pointed out just a little bit before that happened is that, so Mike is just throwing out some really stubby short-range things because some of the bigger buttons that got nerfed from Soul are so punishable. Like, there's a lot more recovery time on some of those. But Bean is utilizing all of that speed from Chip, you know, making sure that they can go through and get, you know, all the punishes they can. Using, again, we're going to talk about Alpha Blade a lot because we have not just one Chip, but 2 Chips in this bracket. Multiple packs of Chip. And what they're doing with that and how those changes are punishing what seems like a significantly slower Soul is very important to note.
No, it's definitely true, like you were saying. Like, it seems like Chip can still keep that persistent, I'm going to get on you and make you perform at my speed. And that's what we saw with Mike Saftig. A lot of the times he was doing a lot of preemptive stand far slash and trying to get that handshake and the kind of get a counter hit or a trade, knowing that that trade-off will be more in his favor. But, you know, the more you throw that out and you're not netting anything, you know, Bean's keeping their approach on, but he's not doing it every other time. So, you know, keeping your opponent second guessing and being ready for a whiff punish, especially with a stand slash as fast as Chip, you know, Bean was showing an incredible adaptation in the neutral there, but he was, like you were saying prior, there was some nerves came into play. Even though he got the cross up, he messed up a meaty prior to that, and then even after getting punished, he went again for a far slash, missed the meaty again, but Mike kind of respected it in that situation. But that information there on a first game is kind of intense. While we wait here, like hopefully it was just a spectator bug or something. But if not, you know, we'll let the admins make a fair assessment of what these players have to do. But, you know, honestly, they play thousands of games a week. It's just going to go either way and be quite the match. So I like how you brought up that far slash change, because Mike way more prudent than what we've seen him use with that far slash. It definitely gives me Punk vibes almost. You know, Punk likes to really set the pace with the forward slash and really put the fear into his opponent. But we didn't really see that much because of the changes. And, you know, it might not be something you really want to start the match with right away prior to, you know, season 1.
Right. And so I know we're going to cover a lot of like character specific changes as we get through this bracket, but I think we should take this time while we're getting back into everything to talk a little bit about the universal changes that affected the season 2 patch. So in case you weren't aware, a couple weeks ago there was a notable patch, really the most notable one since Happy Chaos came out back in December. So things that changed, a lot of your normal buttons, specifically the punch and kick buttons, were changed for 5P, 2P, 5K, 2K, things like that, with characters who used them pretty significantly already, like Chip, you know, who was very fast on those buttons. This really assisted the way that they played, but there were also some other changes that went universally into this patch that helped and hindered certain characters. So what are some of the ones that stand out to you?
Personally, I think the counter hit change helps a lot of characters on the conversions, especially a character like Chip that's always checking you with a 5K. Being able to just go into something that's just not crouch dust, you know, that's a huge play there. Same thing with the movement options and all that. Chip kind of went with everything anyway, so having more consistent FD breaks and everything along on the table definitely assists him more, especially when he's a glass cannon that can run in the counter hit. Speaking of which, oh no. Oh, the whiff!
All right, so they're going to go ahead and give Mike that game. So if you notice that, so Mike is going to take the first one. And what a dust. Good Lord. Perfect, the guy.
Yeah, if anything, I remember from these online series is Mike Saftig and Audio be doing some damage with this character. Nerf or not.
Yeah, this is very significant. And, okay, so it was because the DC was on Bean's end, so they did go ahead and give it to Mike. Thank you for that update.
Got it.
The big bounce, they're utilizing all of the wall bounce there. Go ahead and get the extra damage. Wall break. See ya. That is 80% of Chip's life evaporated.
Yeah, and this is looking like the legacy matchup we were talking about prior, where, you know, Chip has the options, but Soul has the damage. He just needs the turn. And getting the turn with the Volcanic Viper, incredible read.
Yeah, that was... So there was a big difference between the first game and the second game, and I would chalk that all up to confidence. Mike played with so much confidence, and it wasn't... I think, like, something that I talk about fairly frequently is confidence versus arrogance. Arrogance gets you killed. Confidence wins you games. And he just went in there and said, I'm a perfect you. See you in round 2. That was incredible. It was much faster. It was much better decision-making. It was just very clear.
No, definitely. And Mike, incredible lead here. Really showing us what Soul can do in this matchup. But B not giving up.
Yeah, B not giving up. Ooh, that's a big counter hit, though. And then just fishing there with just 5K, or 5P, I'm sorry.
No, you good. Them chain normals, you know, they contest.
Right, they do contest. Oh, the super does hit. Dota Mazeki comes out to play, shoutouts to Otters, but again, this isn't going to do a significant amount of damage just because that's how Chip rolls.
Ooh, up RC. Tricky here with the fast RC. I mean, off the overhead, you get a quick conversion and just big payout for Bean.
Yeah, that's a big counter hit start, too, for this round. I like that he's varying his high-lows a little bit more, creating a little bit more mix with Chip. There's the overhead, and the RC to bounce him up onto the wall, goes ahead, just takes it with the double alpha blade, breaks the wall. Yeah, go ahead, take that. And another, that's exactly how he opened the game.
Right? The throw? It's like these 2 games didn't even happen again? Oh, man. He just shook it off.
Bean said, I too can perfect. Oh my god, this is the kind of Guilty Gear I am here to see. Oh, and they're already back in?
Oh, you know
we are ready. On the fight train, no breaks.
We mash an X for one more right now. It's not over. What a clash! And the conversion on top. Okay, Bean.
Oh, another big... Oh, yeah, that's interesting. He just got that tension so he could go ahead and spend that. And now Mike is looking a little bit confused. Like, this is going back to game 1 vibes where it was a lot more hesitant. Okay, does get the Drift RC there in the pop-up. But,
the bounce and the bait. Oh.
That's unfortunate for that burst.
He was dribbling Chip like a basketball there. Got that burst clean.
Okay, I like the RC to keep it safe. And then there was the punch, 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 punch. You can hear it because it just slaps. Now, Mike in the corner. Mike out of the corner. Mike PRC's out of the corner. That was so use of meter.
Yeah, I thought it was a good idea, but he wasn't ready for the chase down. And Bean with the hit confirm. Just a two-piece to super. That's all he needed.
That's incredible. Man, is this going to already be... You know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say the words. We're just
we have a lot of power.
We do. We do have a lot of power, and I am not going to use it, like, right here. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no!
Good block. Trying to bring it back to the 40.
Yeah, unfortunately for Mike, it did hit as high, but Bean still has a long road to climb. He's got to be careful. Yeah, don't get hit by that. So the reason that we were both like against the wall is because Mike put out a move that wasn't high enough for Chip to break the wall and it allowed him to break free and give him another chance at life.
Yeah, that whiff there was huge. And Mike trying to close this out. Bean trying to get some leeway, gets a juggle. Burst to get off.
Yeah, so Bean was in recovery from throwing out just that single button. But unfortunately for Mike, Bean jumped out of the corner. There we go, spin the meter again. Go ahead, take this. See ya.
Oh, and he's got some good meter with the positive tension rate. This could be a problem.
Right, and Mike also doesn't have burst, but Bean does. Because Bean spent it so early in that first round. There's another use of the tension. He's just really trying to mix it up. And I don't know if the button was whiffed on purpose or not, but he baited it out. We're 2-2 already.
The clutch there, and I really like how he stuck with the game plan. He got Mike Saftig in the corner, ran the positive tension rate, and was like, hey, you play my game, which he did, and he whiffed Volcanic Viper. Huge play.
Yeah, that was a great... Like, the recovery on Volcanic Viper is pretty long, so if you whiffed that, it was field day for Bean. So just like that, we're at 2-2, and these guys are slugging it. Nobody wants to go down to the lower bracket. That DP was not good.
Yeah, they are fighting with heart right now. You can definitely tell it's a 2-2. This tug-of-war for neutral. Oh, what a cross.
All right, coming on the other side. Bean being forced to FD here doesn't want to take any unnecessary damage. It does get a really good cross up there. Alpha Blade couldn't quite finish the combo because Mike was a bit too far away. But now back in the corner where he wants him, goes ahead and goes for the grab, just the regular one.
The weight out here. This is incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot of patience.
Blocks.
There's that red RC. The YRC comes out, tries to reset.
Good weight out, but Mike getting a hit, but the trade-off didn't get a clean conversion. Man, Jalen, to think he got all that from a run under? Like, that is wild.
Yeah, he got, you said it, he got all of that from a run under. But Mike doesn't want to give this away. That was by the tip of Soul's shoes. And did you see how he chose to use a different button to confirm the wall break? Didn't want to risk that again.
Yeah, mixing it up a bit, but Mike Saftig on it. Ooh, throwing the rock. Ooh, we're going the final round.
I know people were disappointed in the changes to Soul, but he's still doing all right, friends.
Hey, Daisuke's still holding him down. You know, he's just not driving the car right now, all right? he's relaxing.
He calls shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay, double counter hit. Big again, we're seeing a lot of counters, and again, you know, we wanted it to be highlighted earlier, the counter hit changes. He was just close enough to get that super. I am loving how many otters we're seeing so far. Please, more otter all day.
Right?
All right, there it is again. So Beam using that red drift RC, the one that goes upwards a lot, but it's working. This is it.
It's
gonna damage.
Breaking the wall and holding it down here, moving it on to the upper bracket semifinals. Very nice. Let's go.
Yeah, I like it. I am excited to see it. They both played spectacularly. Always worried when we get into these that you're going to see a quick 3-0. And even with the connection that we had earlier, which was resolved, a nice 3-2. That's how we start these.
Hey, I'm gonna be real. As a competitor, I saw the error in the first match, and then Bean went down another game, and I would have been very salty. But he was able to take that composure and bring back a 3-game special and take this set incredibly seriously. Mad props.
Right. Yeah, so things that, I mean, right there you saw Bean taking a bunch of damage. What did he take the most damage from? With DPs.
Right?
He would go for DPs because he was expecting something from Mike that was never there, whether they were baited or not. It got him in a lot of trouble. So rounds he won were typically from ones that didn't have that DP.
But at the same time, you know, he kind of had to throw them out sometimes just because the give off on the neutral game. You know, Mike Saftig was throwing plenty of BBs out. So Bean, to keep that pressure of the earned turn with a glass cannon such as Chip, I almost said Bean. You know, you have to make these decisions. And incredible in the moment there, like right there. And man, this clash conversion, that was so nice. Bringing him right to the corner.
Yeah, going all the way to the corner. And the way that Bean was always so willing to expend his tension when knew he was going to get a wall break so that he would just get it right back. Here's one of the ones. That was one of those risky DPs that didn't end up killing him, but still pretty sketchy.
Yeah, you can see here when they're warming up 3 games in, it's not quite the nerves as it was before, but man, what a bait there. I mean, Mike was using the FD to get the pressure off, but wasn't aware that he wasn't going to move in forward enough.
There's another big hit again. I love that one. When Dota Mazeki comes out, and it's just like, hey, I'm here. All right, so now taking a look at the bracket as it stands, you can see that Bean is going to wait for the winner of Boyka versus Remy, which I am thrilled to, well, you know, I would say I'm thrilled to watch. I'm thrilled to watch all of these. These are all going to be spectacular matches. And then everybody else just waiting to play their games.
Right? I mean, yeah, we got so many games coming up here. This Remy match, I'm excited. You know, I'm a zoner boy, so I'm hyped to see what the boy got with Axel this season. But honestly, these matches have been so awesome. And we're going to get right into it with this Boyka versus Remy. Honestly, chat, get in there and tell us who you think's going to win, because I know some of you might be representing your boys here. And, you know, they're definitely going to need some of your approach and cheering here. Oh, man, we are good back. Oscar Sanchez holding it down here. Boyka holding it down in Mexico. Very strong player. Age 38, man, OG like me, holding it down here. So you got to watch out for a player ability, especially with a fundamental character like Boyka has here. Holding it down with the 5 wins, 2 loss, but like we saw before, you know, Mike Saftig was holding down that whole match before. You know, these win ratios don't count for how clutch these players can be. So it could still go to the wire.
Exactly, and they're going against Remy. Remy gaining a lot of fame from their incredible match at CEO back in December. Hailing from Canada, our resident VTuber, our little alien VTuber, streams a lot, is so much fun to watch. So they had to fight, you know, as opposed to Boyka's matches, they had 11 that they had to go to. But even with that, it's an 82% ratio. So it's interesting just how, you know, I mean, I know, hey, this is how math works. The ratio, they still both, I believe, lost 2 games, but because of the number of games, the ratio comes out different. And so people voting in the chat, I see 75% of you think that Remy is going to take this.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Remy does incredible gameplay with Axel. If you've not seen it, get ready for a treat. But against Kai started at the bottom and now we're here. Every patch, Kai gets better and better and better. In particular, Fudrark is a little bit better, and Dire Clay, it has faster recovery, so you can convert off of it faster, which is ridiculous. Something that I'm noticing a lot in Kai players is that they're using Dire Clay way more frequently, even more than they already were.
True. Kai players are definitely eating right now this patch. A lot of quality of life across the board, and I haven't seen one Kai player complain, honestly. You know, everyone's been really confident in their character. I will say I've seen Remy take out a lot of good Kai players, you know, taking out Kizzy and a bunch of other players. etc. in the past few months. So this should be a good match overall, honestly. Especially it being a new season, it'll be a little more refreshing compared to what we're used to.
Right, this is real Kai gaming hours, but
Right.
Axel has a lot of tools that can actively counter Kai, specifically because his range is so... It outranges a lot of what Kai can put out there. And right now, Remy is just... I mean, anti-air, everything. He's going to eliminate every space that Kai wants to be in and just systematically take away options.
Yeah, don't let his stream approach fool you. This man's a sweetheart, but he is deadly in the game.
Okay, and Vapor Thrust was also changed this patch. You're going to see that a lot more as well. It's much less punishable than it used to be. Throw you in the corner, friend.
Oh my god, the burst off. They didn't want to see the damage, but Remy's still sitting on their own.
Right. With the way that Remy plays, they're really likely going to hang on to this so they can have that as an advantage instead of the other round. And there it is, the first... You know, Kai was grounded for a long time. First time he tried to jump, Remy said, no, you belong on the ground.
Sure. Nice 2K to get under there. I like the low profile. Ooh.
And yeah, that food truck, it hit so hard. But a regular old 2K 2D is going to put Boyka back where he belongs on the other side of the screen.
Nice slide with the trade. Very nice conversion. The drop on the 5P, though, a little bit out the corner. I really like Remy's use of instant air dash back punch, though. Nice RC.
Alright, so there we go. Remy, very cleanly gonna go ahead and take that first one. Again, notable things for everybody to look out for is how Remy is controlling the different spaces for Kai. Particularly airspace, Kai does like to jump a lot. He's got a lot of fantastic air options, particularly now this patch, Jump Dust got changed and is a lot better. So seeing how Boyka adapts to that is going to be very impressive.
True that. I'm actually excited to see the layers, because the instant air dash back slash and punch can clash with certain normals, but if you go to the other normal that you're not using, it can win post-wars. So I'm interested to see the awareness here. Whoa, what a conversion.
Oh my gosh, time is stopped and bomb is out. This is huge. We're gonna get a perfect?
Wow. And I like how, I don't know if that was an error or if Remy just went for the freestyle knockdown with the jump H there, but got a quick low there. That wouldn't work that way in 1.0. So I really like that. I would have been ready for that.
Yeah, so far, not getting a lot of huge adjustments out of Boyka, but to be perfectly honest, they haven't gotten the chance to experiment with anything. We did see a 2P thrown out there, but that's really all that we've gotten to see. Oh, double counter, so they're both on the ground.
Right? They just got it right in each other's faces. Oh no, what a counter hit!
Wow, yeah, he had to burst, otherwise that was going to be a big problem. No way!
Right? Remy was ready with that crouch slash? Oh my god.
Okay, and then just do it again. Remy, with some kind of alien speed, matches their little VTuber avatar doing spectacularly. That was great gameplay awareness from them. So Boyka has got to make some adjustments. What do you think, personally, could be better to change there?
So honestly, I thought Boyka was making some really good decisions early set to try to push the neutral, you know, but as the life lead got more into Remy's favor, you know, those situations became less favorable. So in those situations, you know, getting that flip in, the check Axel early game is really intense for Axel, but once he gets that life lead and any punish puts Kai at another deficit, then you saw Remy kind of fishing for it more, and he got that counter hit crouch slash to really close out that last round. So I'll say Boyka's early game is definitely on point. He just has to be a little more crafty and just leave a little bit in Remy's game to try to whiff or, you know, fall into a pattern that he can catch up on. I'll say one thing. If you're ever fighting a zoner like Axel, Dalsim, etc., count like a pendulum. Some players get such in a rhythm that you can count, and if you get it on a third time counting the 5, I say go with it.
I think that's really good advice, because a lot of the things that you can learn in Strive are applicable to other games as well. And that's why we have so many people from so many different genres coming in and playing Strive because it's not only is it so accessible, there's a lot of universal mechanics that you can bring back to other games. The one thing that I really do want to see from Boyka is more stun edge. Stun edge is even better than it was in the previous patch, and if we had more shock state, I think he'd be getting a lot more out of these hits, but you don't get a chance because Remy is swinging!
Yeah, I mean, the one negative is that shock state goes away right away if hit, but with all the other perks, it's kind of negligible considering what he has. Ooh, nice.
Alright, so again, there's Food Art coming in. Does get a grab, that's kind of a Kai special if you're blocking a lot. We did get a charged stun edge, but the charged dust didn't really get anywhere because Remy, it looked like they expected it. Oh, this is nice though.
The counter hit here, no full conversion though. Remy holding on strong in the corner, gets the low. Nice burst though.
Ooh, okay, yeah, got a burst back in return. Didn't really get anything from it. Big movement there from Remy using the dash back and then just throwing things out. A lot of FD as well. Just watch your kneecaps.
Right, incredible there. Just whittled the life bar away, especially when it wasn't looking favorable.
No, it was not looking favorable at all. There was a nice 2K, 2D to start things off, and now we're finally in shock state. So again, one of the differences in this patch is that you can remove shock state by hitting Kai. That was not possible before this patch, so that's something that sort of baits opponents into hitting the Kai more.
Sure, but also as the Kai player, you might get them a little more antsy and can make a move, you know?
Mm-hmm. There's that nice jump heavy slash that you were calling out earlier. It's such a good move against a zoner. Well, this is looking rough though. RC comes out, but Remy just blocks it. What patience!
Right? The second hit, did it work? Oh, nice stand heavy. Boyka keeping the approach, but still taking some hits.
Look how much tension Remy has. Okay, now he just spent it for the dash PRC, and then goes ahead. He got an RC and then just catches it to his Remy just like that. Takes it 3-0. I was just talking about how nice it was to start with a 3-2, and then Remy said, nah, 3-0.
Nah, Remy just showing us, hey, I was good with this matchup in 1.0, and even with the buffs now, you know, I could mix it up just enough to be ready for it now. But yeah, I gotta say, I like how he ended it with a new combo, you know, using that, what is it, half circle back heavy? Or half circle forward, the unblockable tech. You can combo it now. We saw that usage there off the stand punch. I like it. Keeping it fresh.
Yeah, that was really cool. So let's take a look at how Remy got through all of this. Excellent use of tension gauge the entire time. Really loved what they were doing. And again, just look at the way that Remy is preventing Boyka from just floor is lava, air is lava, everything's lava, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes when you're fighting Axel, you don't know where to approach. If he's covering the ground too much, you want to take that air approach, but sometimes he's ready just like that with a crouch slash, and you just take a lot of damage and get put into square one.
Yeah,
incredible Rensen game.
Ooh, just a whole lot going on.
I will say, I wish I got to see Boyka try to jump out of Remy's strings a little more, you know? Most of Axel's strings are jumpable unless he does go to rainwater. I mean, I think it's rain. It could be snail. I mixed the names up. But he has to time that on your pre-jump frames to call you out. So in a tournament environment, you know, could have done that a little more, but still in the bracket, could maybe get it on the run back. But we're going to come up here with a matchup of Intel Razzo versus SCG Flare, but that might be on the hold up here while we have Umisho versus BT Kaneki coming up. And then on the bottom here, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I'll come back to it.
Oh, no. Yeah, we got Boyka chilling right here with Mike Saftig. I mean, Mexico's going to have to battle out on the bottom, but one will carry on. And that's the unfortunate part when you go to losers, you know, but it is what it is. And we'll see who carries on to the rest of this lower bracket.
Right, so we are going to go to Umisho versus Kaneki. So all my Kai people who are like morning Kai gaming. No, we still have more Kai gaming because Kaneki does play Kai gaming against Umisho playing. You love him, you hate him, you love to hate him. Happy chaos. Umisho notably just coming off of a combo breaker run that was spectacular. I mean, if you didn't see any part of combo breaker, I guarantee you saw their double KO against Razzo because that was ridiculous. I've watched it over and over again, and I was in that room. To describe the energy of that moment was incredible, and I'm excited to see them here. So age 20, they are a small human from Vermont, playing that Happy Chaos. Young gun, if you will.
Right.
gonna go ahead and bring their Happy Chaos into here. 80% with 10 matches, so 2 wins, 2 losses, 8 wins. And I'm really interested to see this because the changes to Happy Chaos, I think, were actually a little bit detrimental to the way Umisho plays, so I'm excited to see how they've adjusted.
And here we got BT Kaneki, young gun from Mexico, bringing that Kai. This Kai has been all around the tournament circuit, bringing damage all around. I've seen top 3s countless times. You can tell by the win rate. So, you know, even though Umisho's bringing that Vermont cheddar cheese to the table here, might be good with the fundamental style from the Kai Kisuke here. But, you know, this is definitely a champion versus champion style matchup here. But
it is, and I just made a pouty face because I love cheddar. I love Vermont cheddar. Anyway, but
I'm from the Northeast, so you know I love my cheddar from Vermont. So shouts to Umisho. I didn't know. I got some love for you now.
Even more than you didn't have already. But let's talk a little. So we've already talked about Kai and the changes to Kai. Happy Chaos. So at range, at a further distance, Chaos loses more concentration. So the further away Chaos is, the more concentration he loses. And if you know anything about Umisho's style, prior to this patch, they love to be like full screen, shoot, shoot, shoot. That was how they got a lot of their wins at Combo Breaker. So the closer you are, I mean, in contrast, the less concentration that you lose. This is actually like a huge fundamental shift for Chaos, so I want to see how that plays in. Also, just like how you can take Shock State off by hitting Kai, you can now remove Curse by hitting Chaos.
True. It should be interesting because both sides of the coin, you know, it did get better for Kai, and, you know, Chaos did get normalized, but both of these characters are incredible, and the players are as well, so, you know, they're definitely going to be more prepared for this than we are.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this goes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I like taking the time to reload and gain the concentration. That's something that Umisho's not afraid to do. And also, can we just shout out this sick Kai color real quick? Because I like it.
Hey, I like the color too. Also, I wanted to shout out keeping the wall there for the BRC there. That was smart. All right, getting the Dragon install height. I love seeing this move.
Yeah, so Dragon Install got buffed again. They want to see Dragon Install used more, and the blowback from it is a little bit more significant, but Umisho did block all of that. A lot of tension on the side of Umisho. That's a charge stun edge from Kaneki, though.
Kaneki is in the corner. This is a character where, you know, had to use the resources just to get a turn, and still blocking.
Yeah, oh! Wow, that was just anticipatory. There's no way. Oh no, the burst was really punished, but not as much as it could have. That could have been the end. Umisho decided to throw the curse, left themselves wide open, giving that round to Kaneki.
Right, and that little hop there, for a second I was like, is it going to go over the low? But no. But nice shot off here, getting the curse off easy, and getting that zoning game here. Playing that full screen game.
That very full screen game, which you can see, look how fast the concentration was depleting. It goes into the super that does increase all of those resources though. However, okay, we're finally getting something. Oh no, the Vapor Thrust, but was saved because Umisho threw out the clone at the same time.
Ooh, incredible conversion here. Let him get off the wall, the back off. Ooh, nice trade. Umisho, they are really doing some work here.
This is impressive, and just looking at the poll from you guys, about 67% of you think that Kaneki, or as you say, hashtag Kanekai, think that he's going to take it. So Umisho's got his work cut out for him, are in shock state now, but Kai just kind of living in this corner. Oh, jump dust face the wrong way.
That's my favorite clone. Give the selfie, nice counter hit combo.
All right, nice reload there.
Hey, we've been seeing these setups online from Umisho. Kept it simple into the empty low.
Okay, Dragon Install again. All right, we get 2 Dragon Installs. Got a little bit of the blowback. This is going to be, a lot of work for Kaneki, though.
Oh, the trade-off. It's not looking good unless a lot of momentum here from Kaneki.
Ooh, the wire. See, there was a lot of blowback on that.
Ooh, the throw. Wasn't afraid of the flex. Gonna start with the block string, gets the hit. Yes. Oh no.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the scaling prevented. Wait. Okay,
Incredible.
I was not sure who passed away at that moment.
I was not sure either.
that was really, really close. And I think, honestly, it was the reason that Kaneki took that is because Umisho was in shock state and Kaneki was in Dragon Install. And any opponent who is in shock state during Dragon Install takes more damage. Like, that was essential.
That. Oh, wow. Okay.
I believe that was a change with the Happy Chaos patch.
Okay. I just learned something. Hey. Good knockdown here. The reversal through gets the combo.
Ooh, Deus Ex Machina. I like this animation. I think it's one of the coolest animations in the game. There's some things that Ino has that I like better, but that's a really cool animation.
She's the best.
Yeah. But right now, that Umisho was like, I didn't like how you won that. I want to play.
Well, Umisho showing us that why some people think Chaos is the best. But I think Kaneki's doing a great job, though, keeping it in here.
Yeah, I like how they're using a lot of the 5Ps to challenge what Umisho is bringing, but this, good lord, you just carried coast to coast with that combo. And the cool thing about it is, if you notice, Umisho was reloading every 3 hits.
Just to make sure. It's back on here. 1 bullet, though.
1 bullet and barely any concentration. Okay, 2 bullets and barely any concentration, but sometimes it's all you need.
Saved it for the BRC. Kaneki getting out in the corner here. Dragon Install. What do we got?
Ooh, that's a big counter hit. That was very, very unfortunate for Kaneki. I am curious what Kaneki knows about Dragon Install that other people don't. I have never seen anybody competitively since this patch use it as much as they do.
Maybe for this matchup specifically, you know, they might need the powered up tools just to keep up, but I'm not sure. That is a good question.
It is. Okay, Vapor Thrust does come out, does hit. Vapor Thrust is better this patch. There's a little bit less recovery on it, so people throw it out more, but you still have to be careful. And Umisho BRCs to counter the fact that they were caught by the bottom of that PRC and slow down.
Ooh, nice reload there with the curse, but still coming in with the slide, getting a throw on top of it.
Yeah, a lot of the time when Kaneki is put into curse, he comes in with that stun dipper just to get the curse off. Oh, Deus Ex Machina, this is... I don't know if... He's not on the wall? He is on the wall. It's still not going to kill, though.
Bullets reloaded, though. With the curse, this is going to be trouble.
That is trouble. So, Umisho would like to take this to a quick 2-1, but... Oh! He baited that grab with the jump in and the dash out. That was so smart.
Phenomenal. Oh, very nice use. Gets the burst bait with the throw? Oh! I can't believe that cursed as well.
That was incredible. Umisho is... I mean, he's really showing that he's adapted so well to this patch. He still plays at a little further range that I think is necessary for the character, but it doesn't matter. He said, I'm going to do it twice. I got positive tension.
Very nice. Umisho coming up with the 2-1. Okay. Very nice.
Very, very nice. So, maybe more Dragon Install, Kaneki. That seems to be working really well for you.
True. No, in this type of matchup, it's hard to really say what you gotta do, because I like the dash-up fireballs to keep the character in check, but Umisho's just doing a phenomenal job of getting these counter hits and bringing these full-screen conversions and keeping it on with the meter gate.
Yeah, and here we go again. I mean, everybody saw when Happy Chaos came out how much damage that the character is capable of, particularly with Deb and their 92% combos, which were insane!
Right?
But Umisho is getting thrown now here by Kaneki twice in a row. I dare you to do it again. I dare you.
There's the YRC once again. Kaneki's had some trouble baiting them, but ooh, nice cross up.
Yeah, this could be lights out depending. Okay, yeah, burst. I would spend it there too. It was a good burst.
Oh.
Vapor thrust. No.
They bet it all. Oh no. Kaneki in trouble here. Umisho having the set point.
This could spend a lot of trouble. Okay, there's my third throw. Oh, there's my fourth throw. And that is something that Kai... Oh my gosh! That's 5 throws. I dare you to do it again. No, thrown in return. I don't know what that animation was supposed to be, but that's fine. There's our 6th throw of the past 30 seconds, and we throw again. This is just a throwing game. There's only 2 buttons, throw and block.
Ooh, the counter hit. Are we gonna get the bring back with Deus Ex Machina?
All right, let's...
Not quite enough.
No, definitely not. Even with the
full
wall break,
clip,
that's not
I don't know.
And Kaneki's about to get their burst back, too. Okay, we went to the super. Curse is coming out constantly. But Kaneki has to FD all of this. They do not have any intention to use that Dragon install that's really been saving them.
Well, having the FD button this season will definitely help. There will not be an error of hitting buttons. Oh, got caught! No slide in the burst, right out of range! Umisho. Incredible.
That was really unfortunate for Kaneki. It really, really was. But Umisho, clutching it out, staying in the winner's side of this bracket. Upper bracket, looking crazy, but you know what scares me more than the upper bracket is the lower bracket.
Oh, no. You know, it is scary. There might not be some Vermont cheddar down there, but you know what? There's a lot of killers, a lot of strong players, and a lot of people that still have a chance at EVO.
Yes, a lot of chance. Actually, I mean, everybody's still in it. Everyone's got a chance.
Yes.
And let's just take a look now at some of the things that went really well for Kaneki, but also went really well for Umisho.
Well, the PRC here.
Oh, that dragon install. That dragon install I missed at the first time was immediately countered by the YRC, so he didn't get as much blowback there, and that ended up killing him. That's pretty smart from Umisho.
Throwbait there was great. Kept the pressure on. I really like that 5K to use the curse to get out of the burst, though, and man, brought it right back to the corner. You gotta give it to Umisho that they were always making sure that if they broke the wall, that they always were ready with 2 bullets.
Yes, they were. Umisho's resource management is something, especially if you want to get into playing Happy Chaos, watch their resource management because it's very, very good. Can we just talk about how many throws Kaneki put out there? That was absurd.
Right? Man.
So, yeah, speaking of the bracket and how lower bracket scares me, so Kaneki going to wait for the unfortunate loser of Flare versus Razzo, which we haven't had quite yet, but Boyka and Mike also down there. This is really brutal. But on the upper side of the bracket, Umisho waiting for the winner of Razzo Flare. And I don't know about chat, but I would love to see a combo breaker run back between Razzo and Umisho. Like, that's nothing against Flare, but that's what I want to see. I want to see how the 2 of them have leveled up in that month since.
Hey, I love Razzo's play. Those awesome boots Razzo be wearing at all the tournaments. But I love upsets too. So Flare, let's go, Flare. Let's go.
Oh, so you're gonna
see
actively
the upset.
go against me right now? Okay, I see how it is. All right, fine.
Sorry,
I love it.
But if you wanna see the commentators actively go against each other all the time during your matches, be sure to get involved and sign up with compete.playstation.com. We do tournaments across the board for fighting games, Guilty Gear Strive, Mortal Kombat, like everything. But not even just that. We do Apex, FIFA. If your brothers or yourselves play tons of PlayStation games, get on board and check out what's here. A lot of free prizes, free games, and if you're interested in getting the competitive circuit, it's one way to get started.
And it's a really great way to get into that competitive circuit. Like you're saying, it's free entry. It's easy to do. Everything's managed. Like, you don't have to do anything except show up and play your game. And you could potentially win something like a value over $3,000 Evo package, which is awesome. So I believe we are now going to throw it to a quick break. But also, before we do that, real quick, we got one more thing to shout out that's specific for Evo.
Oh, yeah. So if you go to evo.gg to sign up for Evo, if you are interested in like pretty much the World Championships of Fighting Games, which is coming up in just a couple weeks, last minute signups is happening right now. And you can use FGC Arcade as a promo code to get $25 off on your registration. Now, this doesn't count Sunday on the finals, but if you do make it and you use that FGC promo, let me know. I got you with a high five, so I'll see you all there.
For sure. So with that, use the code, sign up. and we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got a lot of fantastic Guilty Gear matches for the FGC Arcade Summer Community Series coming up right after this.
Calling all fighters. The PlayStation Tournament's FGC Arcade is back with the Summer Community Series starting this June.
Let battle commence.
Get ready for 6 weeks of scorching competition and awesome prizes across your favorite fighting games. Sign up in-game, on your PS4 console, or on the competition center at compete.playstation.com for your chance to win cash prizes and a round-trip ticket and competitor pass to EVO 2022. Think you're up for the challenge?
And we are back with FGC Arcade Summer Community Series Guilty Gear Strive North America, brought to you by PlayStation Tournaments. I'm Nerd Josh, brought to you with the awesome Jadelin Gaming. And we're just enjoying this top 8 going on right now to see who gets their ticket and trip. $3,000 total to EVO 2022.
I mean, the people who made it here into this top 8 are all contenders for that. And we highlighted earlier before we got started, we have members not just from the US, but also from several from Canada and Mexico that we have been able to highlight their awesome gameplay all across North America. So let's take a look at the bracket, see where everything is sitting now, because we've had some off-stream updates while you guys were gone.
Oh yeah. Now, here at the upper bracket, we'll be moving on to Bean vs. Remy. Now, Intel Razzo versus STG Flare will carry on off stream for now. But as we can see as the bracket going on here, we'll see who wins from that and moves on to fight on against Umisho. And then in the losers section here, Boyka going against Mike Saftig. Mike Saftig ended up taking that 3-1, very clutch. And then Kaneki waiting to see who the loser of the upper bracket match off stream. So pretty interesting here. It's going to be fun seeing this Bean versus Remy match, though. I mean, Chip versus Axel. What a matchup. I mean, this is literally cat and mouse, Tom and Jerry. I mean, you could call it so many different things, but I think both these characters are amazing at what they do. So, you know, wherever... watch Chip. If Chip's close to Axel, it's good. If he's far, Axel's doing good. So they definitely have the opposite plan on what's going to be happening during this match. So I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Bean did spectacularly in their match against Mike earlier, playing Soul, but playing Soul is very different than playing against Axel. But, you know, Remy coming off of their distinct 3-0 against Boyka, I don't know. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm terrified. I don't know what I'm going to learn, but it's going to be a lot. We're going to learn today.
I think on paper, you could say Chip has advantage, but most Axels know this matchup. And Axel does a ton of damage, so any wrong move from Bean could be a capitalization of over half-life.
Right, so now there we have it. Bean is already far away. Oh, he's in close. Just kidding. He's Chip. He's always there.
Right? Getting that run in 5K, keeping the instant air dash pressure on. Nice FD usage, but still gets caught trying to escape the corner.
Yeah, that is... Jesus. I mean... To be fair to Remy is a very fast Axel player, but
True.
Chip is just a whole other tempo. Big carry there, Alpha Blade comes back, and then another spin, side switch, overhead, RC. We're gonna get the wall break, doesn't matter, don't even need it, you're dead.
And Bean has so many canned setups that, you know, you can get conditioned without even realizing it. He's so quick to mix up high-low to a mix-up throw. Really knows his characters in and out. Very nice low there.
Yeah, I think at this point in the tournament, in this bracket, you're not going to find any character unfamiliarity, but a big counter hit is going to bounce Remy backwards.
Yeah, Remy with the drop there. I wonder if he's trying to do the exact Dragon Punch motions, and now that it's a core circle forward, he's getting jump heavy. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. This is very back and forth, but all the things that you pointed out earlier are so incredibly visible right now. Oh, the big overhead just jumped out of Chip's range, so he's not able to get any of those cross-ups, but we do get one cross-up Alpha Blade and a good counter afterwards as well. This is the first significant damage of this match. What an air bounce! And there's the thing we pointed out earlier, is that if Bean has it, they're going to use the super to break the wall.
Yeah, that follow-up off the OTG was incredible. I would burst too if I was Remy. Get that turn back, a nice combo. Pushing back with Ren Sengeki. Oh, counter hit 5S, but Bean on the move with the burst. It's so scary when Chip bursts you into the corner. What a fast RC! He literally puts you to the wall to get a turn. Like, I thought I was getting a combo on this guy to get out of the corner. I just gave him another turn. Like, what?
That's the scary thing. It's always not your turn. Chip's involved. And
no, you got it right, Jalen.
Yeah, and 60% of you guys think that Bean is going to take this. So far, so good if you put that in there.
Nice. Yeah, be sure to get those votes and You want to show support for your players.
All right, lots of corner pressure here, and just like a little 2K to try and get it. 2K 2D, a lot of that tries to get out, but Bean was ready with the counter, holding on to their burst. Are they going to use it? They're going to hang on to it. That's the question. Oh, wow, jumps over it, and now Remy just can't get away.
Right? Bean with some really good perseverance here, but had no health. I can't believe he actually got the counter hit 5S.
Bean! What in the world?
Incredible.
This is incredible. What gameplay we're seeing right now.
Nice jump back from Remy. I mean, Remy wants to bring this back. You don't want to go 2-0 against one of your least favorite matchups.
Right, right. And Remy has historically mentioned that they don't like this chip matchup at all.
No.
That was pre-patch.
No. I don't either. I just, sometimes you just win it because you hate it so much, Very nice usage.
I love how you're like, you win it because you hate it. Perfect. What timing? Oh, man. Okay, yeah. Good burst, early burst. Goes ahead and gets Bean off of him. It doesn't matter. He's always there. Why is he always there?
Yeah, and Bean just knowing where to get his normals out, even with the FD. The pushback's not enough.
No. Oh my gosh. I thought that Bean was going to end up on the other side. He is the slipperiest chip I've ever seen. Goes ahead, breaks the wall, and that's enough to do... That's enough to kill! That's another win for Bean. I wish I was timing these. They're so fast.
It is so fast. And they're going right back into it. Incredible. Bean almost had that perfect, and it was a trade. Remy didn't get the clean hit and then just folded.
No, and then Remy gets a whiffed grab. That's a huge opportunity for a character that's as fast as Chip.
Come on, Remy. I want to see this close match.
I know, I want to see more match. Like, we need
Here, Remy,
something.
if you win, Remy, I will come to Canada and get some poutine with you, all right?
I love it. It's like we will personally put things on the line for this. But unfortunately for Remy, he may be close enough to the wall too. Yeah, he is. I feel like Bean excels when he gets that positive tension bonus. It's just something he works with so well. Although he does seem to historically always use it with that upper dash RC.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Remy, my guy, please.
Remy's on the ropes. I mean, he's been here, but it's not looking good. Nice throw from Bean. Not trying to let him get any type of comeback.
Oh my gosh, everything is in mid right now. He wasn't going for any lows or highs, which was interesting. That doesn't seem like Bean's gameplay, but you know what was interesting? It didn't give Remy the opportunity to do any counterplay, and a burst will make the super go away. It was just in time.
Because if that super hit, that wall was breaking. You would have prayed for a pixel. Nice JK.
You have to. Good lord. All right, we're getting something, but a lot of backdashing out of Bean, trying to avoid any incoming. And then Remy goes for the 2K2D, went for something else, and now punished. You're gone!
He is just too good at these forward kick fast RCs. He just always has the meter ready for it, and somehow it always hits. Bean moving on to the winners finals. I mean, I honestly thought Remy was going to put a bigger fight, but it's a really hard matchup. No slack here. Just take some notes and hopefully come back and have something to really bomber that dude away. Those ninjas, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is that there's potential that this is not the last chip you play in this tournament. So you've got to be ready. But look at all of the decision-making, the confident decision-making that Bean is making throughout these, while we're watching these replays. It's just that Remy wasn't... So Remy succeeds when they're able to control the space, and they just never got the opportunity.
Yeah, like you could see the respect game here. Like Bean would just keep coming in safely till he saw those throw attempts, those normals that Remy had to throw out. You can only fall his defense for so long. Every 20 seconds you hit a 5K and then you get counter hit. What happens?
You die. That's what happens. And looking here, just the way that Bean is so willing to spend the meter, just that was an excellent way to secure their victory, moving on, staying and going to the winners finals of the upper bracket, waiting for eventually Flair versus Razzo, and whoever wins that into Umisho versus that person. But in the meantime, looking at the lower bracket, you know, there is potential that Remy, like I said, is going to face another chip depending on who loses that Razzo Flair match.
True. I mean, either way, let's say Flair does upset Razzo, though. You know, Razzo versus Remy. That is. You know, a lot of Leos hate the Axel matchup, but I've seen Razzo go online and just straight up I think it's 5-5. So, you know, that's somebody that's very confident in their ability and game plan, regardless if it's a general consensus of being bad. So that would be, no matter what the outcome of any of these matches, it's just going to be interesting here because we got so many specialists gunning for this Evo prize, and they are playing out of their minds right now.
Right. And what I do want to point out real quick is that some of these players who are in this bracket today do have alternate characters depending on the matchup, things they don't like. Like, for example, Bean also plays Leo, Mike plays Ram and Milia, Boyka also plays Kai, Boyka also plays Soul, but notably, Remy and Kaneki don't have a secondary character.
Ah, that's interesting. Especially coming from Remy's spot, you know, a character like Axel, you might want a pocket character for a few matchups in the game. He'd be countering characters, but he gets countered by a few too. So that's kind of interesting. Like Geo and Chip definitely give Axel a problem, but I don't really see many Geos here. But the two Chips, yeah.
Yeah, I mean Geo. Actually, she got a lot of really good changes. Like, the move that we typically call Spiral Arrow, the one where she's like, wee, across the screen, that actually was buffed, which makes me die inside, because I die to it frequently. But we are, as many of you were like, you were like, I want to see it, you're gonna see it. We've got Razzo, 21 from Florida, Razzo, the Sharp, playing Leo, and if you've seen them, they are a fashion icon with those boots. I'm
a fan of boots. They're nice.
Yeah, those boots are insane. 18 matches, the most that we've seen so far with a 78% win rate, really fighting their way through.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a win rate I'm kind of surprised about for Razzo, but at the same time, they're so clutch, not that surprised. And then here's Flair coming from Houston, Texas, holding it down. The Young Gun at 17. They're streaming all the time, so be sure to check that out, FGC_Flair_G. Another chip player in the market here. You know, Remy got to watch out. 5 wins to 2 losses. Incredible win rate. I mean, anytime you're over that 65% shows that you're playing the game a lot, especially in a tournament environment. So these players have come here to play. I'm interested to see how this is going to work out this patch, because I know I'm actually kind of interested to see if Razzo might go to the Ram a little bit. You know, we did see that phenomenal Ramlethal play from last season, but I think most of the Leo specialists are comfortable with the nerfs. I've seen a lot of Leos even compare him to X or Johnny and just be like, he's still incredible. I don't know what tier he is, but he's up here somewhere. You know, he's great.
He's doing just fine.
Yeah.
It is going to be really interesting. Because Razzo, to me, also, I always think of Razzo as being so young. We actually do have a good portion of very young players in this. But Flair at 17, what they have accomplished so far is very notable. And to see that they've made it all the way here is spectacular. I'm very excited for them and excited for the future of them and, you know, fighting games and things like that. We have a big age range. Actually, it's a 21-year age gap so far. So from 17 to 38 is the age range that we have noted so far. So it's cool. I mean, we say, like, it's great that Strive, you know, appeals to so many different people and so many different genres of gameplay.
True.
But you can be young gun, old gun, middle gun, whichever one, and you're going to find a place for you in this game. And I think that's really cool.
No, I think it's really cool, too. You know, I've been playing Guilty Gear forever, and while this isn't my favorite Guilty Gear, it's definitely one of them, and I love playing this game. Especially Season 2, them giving life to my boy Faust again. I can't stop playing right now. It's a lot of fun. But I wanted to say about the homie Flair here, Young Gun. I think it's pretty cool, like you said, a 17-year-old getting this far in the bracket, because a 17-year-old me, 18 years ago, went to EVO 2004, And to think that someone that amount of time, the age of how long ago I went, entering this game while I commentated for the same game I went there, I'm really hyped to see the just scene in general just come forward, a lot of us just have a lot of love.
Josh lore.
Yeah,
I love it.
The lore, I got nervous and RF beat me up. All right, but it was good. It was good. It was a good tournament.
That's amazing. Well, yeah, and I mean, it just shows, historically how many people have been involved in EVO and have been involved in fighting games for so long, and that there is so much life that we can infuse into it, not just as players or as community members or as commentators. There's so many things that we can do to help grow the scene, and with EVO coming back offline this year, I think there's going to be a really neat showing of what the FGC is continuing to, I'm going to use it and say strive to be, and how we're going to keep improving that. And I think that's awesome. And as a reminder, these players are fighting for a fully funded trip to EVO. So this is valued at over $3,000. So that, to my knowledge, includes room, transport, and your badge, and I'm guessing some other things as well for it to be valued at over $3,000. So, and that goes for, I believe, all of the FGC Arcade Summer Community Series winners, and I think that is spectacular. So thank you to Sony and EVO and PlayStation for all making that happen.
Incredible. Like, honestly, thank you to Sony, PlayStation, the tournament series. There's so many players around the world for different games that are going to EVO this year that probably wouldn't have had the chance, especially considering, traveling abroad right now. It's pretty expensive. But, winning these tournaments can definitely solve that solution for you if you're capable of getting a win like this. So, definitely get involved.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many different ways to get involved. I mean, you can check a lot of that out at compete.playstation.com, but we're going to go on a quick break right now. Don't go anywhere. More Guilty Gear action for the FGC Arcade Summer Community Series is coming up after this.
Calling all fighters. The PlayStation Tournament's FGC Arcade is back with the Summer Community Series starting this June.
Let battle commence.
Get ready for 6 weeks of scorching competition and awesome prizes across your favorite fighting games. Sign up in-game, on your PS4 console, or on the competition center at compete.playstation.com for your chance to win cash prizes and a round-trip ticket and competitor pass to EVO 2022. Think you're up for the challenge?
And welcome back, everybody. We are here with FGC Arcade's Summer Community Series, brought to you by PlayStation Tournaments, bringing us Guilty Gear, North America's best top 8 here. I'm Nerd Josh, Noid Josh, whatever you want to say, and I'm here with the awesome Jalen Gaming. How you doing right now?
I'm doing fantastically. I mean, I've been having a great time watching all of these matches. It's been super fun. We're having a great time on and off camera. And shout outs to all of you guys in chat. You know, whether or not you say something, it's always fun to see you guys here. Also, I did want to say, yes, whatever song that we use in the break is a banger, and I love it. And we have talked about it multiple times how good it is.
Right?
So we are going to real quick take a look at a whole bunch of different things. First of all, we want to take a look to remind you guys how everybody got here and how we're going to continue to play this out over the course of the next couple hours here.
True that. I mean, we'll just go back over some of the format, etc. But, you know, standard bracket. We had 2 tournaments to see who qualified out of these 8 players, and 4 from each one made it into here. They are fighting now double elimination, so they have 2 shots. But they will be playing 3 out of 5. So, you know, you got to get those 3 wins if you want to make it out. But those 2 tries here, can you take the person waiting in grand finals out 2 times? That's the real question, you know, when it comes to these formats.
Yeah, that is the question. And all of these players are fighting for, I mean, everybody gets a little something. You didn't fight for nothing. Everybody gets at least $25. However, 3rd, 4th place gets $100. So, you know, quadruple that. And then 2nd place gets even more at $200. But we keep talking about it, and we keep talking about how important this is and special it is. The 1st place player gets an Evo hospitality package valued at over $3,000. And we were alluding to it before the break, but this is giving players both inside and outside the country who financially may not have the means to get to EVO the opportunity to play and really level up the competition.
True that. And then, I mean, getting to Vegas to be in the World Championships of fighting games and play it out, getting that hospitality package assures you don't have anything to worry about but to play your best. And even if you happen to not win big EVO, you know, you can enjoy your trip thanks to Sony giving that 3K package here. You know, that's a lot.
It is. And why don't we take a look at the bracket where it stands right now? Because we've already had a lot happen. So first we had Bean versus Mike, Bean taking that, and then following that was Bean into Remy. Bean, that 3-0 with Chip was destruction. Well, I like to call it the systematic dismantling of a player. And Remy, you know, notably really good player, plays Axel, who did win 3-0 against Boyka earlier playing Kai, just went down 3-0. It was incredible. Umisho versus Kaneki, Umisho taking that one. And then off stream we had in the lower bracket Mike versus Boyka, Mike taking that. And so now just waiting for the bracket to fill out a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, these players have been playing out of their minds here. But all these players, a lot of them still have a shot, you know. Boyka, not in the picture here, but Mike Saftig moving on. You have Remy waiting on the winner of Kaneki and whoever's going to come out of this Razzo Flair matchup. But, yeah, honestly, so much talent here. I honestly don't know who would end up coming on top. If I was to be biased, you know, we have a little time here. I see the names Razzo and Umisho a lot. We could go into so much about it, but the fact that they fight early in a winter semis and with the prize being a lot here, you know, going through losers one strike after said match will be hard. So I don't know. I like one of those 2 to be in top 3, possibly both, but it's not going to be easy.
No, it's really not going to be easy. And I mean, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, that how I really want the Umisho Razzo run back from Combo Breaker, how you really want the upset of Flair taking it so we can see something a little different.
I'm sorry, Razzo, I like your boots. I'm sorry, I have to do it for the upset.
But I think really there are so many upset potentials in this. Like we talked about it earlier, how many of these players have done incredibly notable runs in both online and offline tournaments. This is just going to be it's so volatile. And when you've got something so big, like these prizes on the line, the craziest things happen.
No, you are 100% right. Because when you have players like this that have won handfuls of tournaments, they usually get in the top eights, top threes, etc. You know, sometimes it is just a bet on who's waking up feeling good to win low set matches. You know, like we saw earlier, Bean really showed us how to play Axel versus Chip, but it is 3 out of 5. So, you know, Remy might just turn it on, and it could be a 7-3 matchup, but if you win the 3 games first, they got to play you 7 games after the tournament, you know?
I know. It is. Mentally, I mean, that's another thing that we talk about a lot is the mental stack and the mentality of going into this. And with it being the double elimination style, you'll see some really interesting statistics start to develop over the lifespan of a game and the lifespan of a player, how they do depending on where they are in the bracket. I mean, I know that there are some notable documentaries and just some statistics done on players, like how they do in their loser side bracket and why they will statistically win if they're on the lower half of that bracket versus people who just do really well on the winner's side of an upper bracket, and then if they fall into lower, that's it, they're done.
No, it's 100% true. I mean, Evo legend John Choi, who won 2 in 1 year, he's known for showing up to the tournament, losing first game, and then somehow winning. So a lot of players, sometimes it's about how they get into their gaming bubble and approach the bracket a little more seriously.
Yeah, it is. It's just really... There's a lot that goes into this, and it's cool in moments like this where we get to talk about that and talk about the mentality and the matchup, because there are things, too, like when we were talking about Bean into Remy, so the chip into Axel, how Remy just historically doesn't really care for that matchup, and you could see why, because it was... Yeah. It was cat and mouse, and I don't know which was which,
for so long.
Yeah, you can only FD for so long, and then you have no tension, and then guess I'll die. But
exactly.
Seeing the characters that are represented here, we are fortunate that we actually had a significant portion of the cast represented. We had 2 Chips, 2 Kais, Sol, Axel, Leo, and Happy Chaos. So that's, a good portion of the cast, which to me shows that the patch as well is equalizing some things out.
Definitely. I mean, there are some events going on this weekend, so there are a few people that aren't in attendance, but a lot of these names are the names you see every week. So these players have definitely entered this bracket to win. The one thing I would say that I'm not seeing that I normally see all the time this patch is not a lot of Naga Ryuki, especially for America, North America. We generally have a lot of people like Test Your Luck, etc. So I was surprised not to see as many of them in the bracket, because these Naga Ryuki players are ridiculously strong. But
they are. Besides
that, I thought I'd see more Happy Chaos, but no, I think it's understandable to see more Kais. He's in a good spot. He's a fundamental character. He's just fun in general. He has good tools. So to see multiples of him and Chip, definitely no surprise. They definitely got a lot of good quality out of this patch.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So we're going to just take a look here real quick, because we are talking about that Kaneki versus Umisho. We've talked about things like that, but looking at Umisho and that Happy Chaos, how well they did, and we pointed out earlier that the adjustments that Umisho had in the gameplay were really significant. And here's one thing that you pointed out, Josh, was that how Umisho almost always has 2 bullets and is so willing to, reload there. And then we saw so much Dragon install.
Yeah, no, Kaneki was really trying to get that Dragon Stall to work, but a lot of the times it just couldn't clutch it out. That burst bait was incredible with the curse. And man, just getting brought back to the corner, throwing salt on the wound there.
Yeah, that hurts. It's like one of those little sticks that you use to close the wound, and it's made of salt, and it's just painful. Oy. Anyway, that's 90s first aid talking. So now, okay, that was one thing, too, that Kaneki, actually both of these players used a lot, was the YRC to reset the neutral. And they were both so appropriately ready for that every time. And then just these bursts and you get kneecapped.
Yeah, right. The kneecap right there. I like how you brought up the YRC, because Umisho's YRC usage was immaculate. I can't think of one bait for that whole set. So, to play a character like Happy Chaos that you kind of expect he will use the meter because he doesn't have a reversal to get out, So really good usage there. And not even on top of that, there's a couple times the jump back shots from Happy Chaos were catching the run up throw reads, etc. Just really getting a good approach of his opponent's intent there, you know?
Yeah, it's cool to see that, and it's cool to see, you know, at this level, a lot of these players mentally are, yeah, on some level they are playing the matchup, but they're also playing the player matchup. Because, you know, as we've mentioned, and as you can see as we go through the graphics of the individual players, a lot of them stream. Their tech isn't hidden; it's out there. A lot of these people play, you know, community members on stream. They'll be in different tournament series online throughout the week. Their play, their gameplay, their entire playbook is out there on the internet for anybody to see, replayable at any time. So it's advantageous for these challengers here today to know that what is this person's tendencies. And really in that Umisho Kaneki matchup, the way Umisho, especially there was one moment, I don't know if we caught it in that replay or not, but Kaneki used the dragon install. Umisho had already done an RC in the back, came out as a YRC, punished the living daylights out of it, and was able to take that round. It was so smart.
Yeah, Umisho we've seen in so many events, honestly, and they came into the PlayStation circuit a little later and have been doing phenomenal in these. So, you know, you got to give it to them. You know, they don't let anything hold them back. So, always ready for a challenge. The one thing I'll say about Umisho that I really like is they're always pushing their tech and content and everything. I always see some new tweet with a bunch of retweets. That's just like, most of the comments are like, oh crap, I got to deal with this Happy Chaos stuff. And it's just like, I'm thinking the same thing watching it as reading it. And it's just, you know, I really like seeing players push the competitive meta. You know, like as you were saying, all these players, textbook plays, etc., are all out there. So, you know, playing all these different players, their styles, everything, it only gets you more articulate in your game plan. And not every player is going to play the matchup to a T. And in a game like Guilty Gear Strive, where it gets so volatile in the damage, sometimes just getting frustrated and trying to force your opponent to play your game is actually the worst strategy. You'll just fumble the ball so many times and hand it off, you know? Sometimes you just got to be patient and, you know, go for what it is and try to teach a lesson, you know? So it's hard in these low-set tournament environments. Sometimes you let your emotions get to you and you just see something you feel you should be beating and then you just hand it off, you know?
Right, and that's actually, I feel like, a really detrimental mindset, is I should be able to beat this. And then when you get into that sort of headspace, it becomes, if I should, why am I not?
Yeah,
exactly. And then you're not really analyzing the gameplay, which it's hard to do on the fly in these fast-paced tournaments anyway, in this fast-paced game. If you're thinking about what happened one move ago, you're not thinking about what's happening currently, and then you've already lost. Like, that's a huge problem. And it's something that we see time and time again, is people getting into their own headspace and not figuring out, like, I have to leave what happened behind and adjust to what's happening now. And that's something that we do see in these high-level tournaments, is the active adjustments. And we talk about that a lot, is how quickly people are adjusting to the gameplay style of, you know, let's just say, for example, in Umisho versus Kaneki. Kaneki did start out really strongly. And then Umisho made a lot of quick adaptations that just shut Kaneki down. And that was, you know, that can be some player knowledge, can be some gameplay and matchup knowledge, but a lot of it is, you know, information that they gathered during that first round.
Indeed. And sometimes, like, you'll see players play completely different that game one, because maybe they're just trying to see how you play, or maybe they just don't know how to approach it. They're still second guessing why they're doing some of the things. So it's hard to get that first approach. Especially, that's why I brought up, like, sometimes people don't play the matchup. And it doesn't mean they're bad, but it means that you have to understand how to fight an opponent that is trying to fight out of whatever you want to do, you know? Sometimes people,
exactly.
But at the same time, you got to know how to shake it up for when someone has a read on you as well, you know? So it's hard. I think a lot of these players have a strong game plan and a way to condition their opponents into certain blocking patterns and then mix it up from there. So a lot of the people here are just continuing it very strong and playing it by the books. but the fog of war is not as visible as it was a month ago with the new patch. So there's a lot of uncertainties that a lot of these players aren't used to, and even us as commentators who play the games and watch multiple tournaments a week, we're going to see new instances that we haven't seen over the past year, because it's just a new patch. So I think instances like that are pretty awesome, because it just not only does it show the game evolving through the players playing it, it shows it as well through the game growing in itself. So the patch era, while I have certain gripes, I think it's still cool that it can flesh the game out completely and really show us what a roster can do long term.
Right, and the cool thing on the horizon that we already know is that there are going to be 4 more characters added to Strive with Season 2. I think that's awesome. I mean, of course, we all have characters who we'd like that to be and things like that, but in the meantime, so the things that we've had since the drop of Season 2, which is patch 1.18, is there were some really cool changes that went into the core gameplay, and then there were some really great changes that went into characters specifically. So just as an offhand thing, I know that Josh, one of the characters you play, Faust, has been super fun for you, and then my character that I've been playing, Boyka, has been really fun for me.
Oh, Boyka's so good right now.
Oh, Boyka's so good. And actually, one of the things that they changed, which I thought it was just like a me issue, and if you guys have experienced this too, go back and play it because they fixed it, is that ground moves that have the same entry as air moves were not coming out correctly. I thought I had to do a timing thing or something like that, because Boyka's tatami on the ground is the same as in the air. So if you jump, sometimes it wouldn't come out. If you put that up input in, like if you're trying to tiger knee it or something, it wouldn't come out correctly, and that was... To me, I was like, but I want to do it. I want to do the thing. And you couldn't, just because of the way that it was coded previously, but they fixed that.
Oh, nice.
Which I think is cool. And that actually applies to several different characters who had that similar input issue. But
oh, cool.
We kind of talked about Faust a little bit earlier. Not that we have them in this tournament, but what are some of the cool things about Faust?
So I'm going to just keep it short and sweet, because we're going to go to our break. But he can combo off the low into the forward punch now. So now my high-low game is actually scary. And they made his normals a lot better. So now I can be more persistent when people beat the crap out of me. I can be like, hey, get back here.
I
don't have to hit stand punch 50 times to win a match. So it's fun. It's been a lot of fun for me. But we're going to take a quick break. And yeah, we'll join you with the FGC Arcade Summer Community Series while we figure out what's going on with the prior match. But stay tuned, and you're going to see EVO winner pretty soon.
Calling all fighters. The PlayStation Tournament's FGC Arcade is back with the Summer Community Series starting this June.
Let battle commence.
Get ready for 6 weeks of scorching competition and awesome prizes across your favorite fighting games. Sign up in-game, on your PS4 console, or on the competition center at compete.playstation.com for your chance to win cash prizes and a round-trip ticket and competitor pass to EVO 2022. Think you're up for the challenge?
And we are back with the FGC Arcade Summer Community Series Guilty Gear Strive North American Series, brought to you by PlayStation Tournaments. I'm Nerd Josh here, and I'm here with the awesome Jadelyn Gaming. And we've just been going through this top 8 bracket here. How you doing, Jadelyn?
I'm good. Still enjoying Guilty Gear, what can I say? It's always a really fun time when you're like, what do I have to do Friday afternoon? Oh, watch Guilty Gear. Darn, what a shame. But yeah, we've been having a great time. How about you, Josh? How are you doing?
Honestly, I'm doing really good. There's been quite of amazing matches going on, and just been watching all this. This whole weekend is just going to be tons of strives, so I'm just on board here. I want to see what goes on with PlayStation and then carry on to the weekend, so it's going to be a lot of fun. But honestly, let's get to this format here for anyone just tuning in. There was 2 qualifier tournaments. 4 players from each qualifier made it into this final 8 bracket. It is double elimination, so that means you have 2 shots in the bracket, upper bracket and lower for the losers, and 3 out of 5. That is the best out of 5, so you have to win 3 matches.
Right, and let's once again talk about what all these players are going for. So if you made it out of the ridiculousness that was the play-ins, you at least get $25. Third and fourth place gets $100, second gets $200, and we keep harping on how cool this is, but it is so cool. First place gets an Evo hospitality package that's valued at over $3,000, and as far as I know, that in addition to a lot of other things, it covers your pass, your transport, your hotel room. Like, that's a huge deal. That's a huge deal for anybody who's trying to make it out to EVO, which is going to be the first weekend in August. So don't miss that. It's going to be great.
Man, a $3,000 trip in Vegas? That sounds fire.
Like, all the way fire.
Right?
And
all
so
right,
now, we do have some updates to the bracket. So Josh, take us through this and the updates that we have had.
Oh yeah, no problem. So, on the lower end of the bracket, for anyone that was tuning in before, we had Boyka go up against Mike Saftig. Mike Saftig making it off 3-1. And that's on the lower as well. Kaneki and Flair did get that match. So Kaneki going on 3-1, which will leave Remy versus Kaneki. Canada versus Mexico. Very interesting.
Very.
On the top end of the bracket, Razzo going up against Flair. Got that 3-1. But then waiting here for the Razzo versus Umisho matchup. But the winner of that will go up against Bean, who took that 3-0 and is looking pretty strong in that winner's final seat.
Yeah, Bean definitely, doing a fantastic job. So we do have a live update here from this. Umisho is going to go ahead and move on to face Bean. So we are gonna, we're gonna keep seeing chaos. We're gonna keep being happy about it. At least I am. I still like the character. I think the design is cool. So we're gonna see Umisho versus Bean in our winners finals. Ooh. So Remy versus Kaneki in the lower bracket is something we're definitely going to have our eye on. But that is where we stand right now as we inch closer to seeing who's going to win that EVO prize package.
True that. I mean, this bracket is intense. Yeah, everyone in this bracket has won some tournaments, it seems like. So I honestly don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know either. There's a lot of things that we could, pontificate about or just talk all day about. But we would like to see more of you guys go ahead and get into this action. So if you would like to be part of the competitors for this, go to compete.playstation.com, where you can find a whole bunch of different tournaments that you can sign up for. They've got Guilty Gear, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Skullgirls. And if you're not into fighting games, which, fighting games are great, but there are other games too. You got FIFA, Apex Legends, a ton of different things that you can go and sign up for and compete. And it's all free. So just go check it out. Compete.playstation.com. It's a lot of fun, and you get to have some really cool tournament experience while fighting for these awesome prizes.
Right? Free experience, free prizes, and free tournaments. Might as well, honestly.
Right. And there's another thing that we keep talking about, but right now, with the code that you see at the bottom of the screen, using code FGC Arcade, you get $25 off of your EVO pass. Now, this doesn't count for the arena ticket, but this does take a significant portion off of the price of the regular entry badge, which right now, if you didn't know, we are in the late stage of registration for EVO. Registration closes July 9th. So if you want to go ahead and be like, man, I waited to the last minute, what a shame. Now you get it cheaper. Go ahead and use that code, FGC Arcade, that you see at the bottom, and go to evo.gg to go ahead and register.
Hey, I wish I used it, so use it for me if you're going to EVO. And if you do,
Right?
give me a high five.
Exactly, yeah. You get free Nerd Josh high fives. Like, what else would you want in life?
No, it's so good. Not the high fives, the $25 off, but
I mean, both the high fives are good too. Don't disparage yourself like that.
I'm a little rusty with the high fives. Well, we're going back to offline, you know. Help me get my high five game back into shape. Just like we're going to have... Ooh, is that right? We're going to get Bean versus Umisho? Ooh.
Oh, buddy. Yes, we are getting Bean versus Umisho, which is... Oh, boy. So we have Bean, who... doing really, really well. Just as a reminder, Bean plays Chip and 3-2'd against Mike playing Soul, and then Bean 3-0'd Remy Celeste's Axel to get to this point in the bracket.
And I think in the qualifiers, Bean might have been undefeated as well, if I remember. But I could be wrong in those stats. But just showing that Chip really knows what to do when he's running in.
Oh, man.
We've seen it time and time, you know? How many of those far slashes just counter hit? Whoa, the pull, 50-50. So for a winner's finals, I don't know. I think both these players are just nice.
They are, and so we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it. So, Bean versus Umisho, Chip into Happy Chaos. Let's see what happens. And already, Bean doesn't have a burst.
Oh, no. It's only been 10 seconds.
That was 5 seconds too many, apparently. And look at the way Umisho is just playing so aggressively. I mean, Umisho is an aggressive player, but good lord, you just didn't have a chance.
Right? Saving the corner for that first opportunity for the BRC and already taking away most of Bean's health.
Okay, the YRC does reset it. YRC is, again, something we've shouted out about Umisho's game plan being so important for them. Also, please note, Umisho has no bullets.
Yeah, right? Doesn't have to block for a bit. Uses it again. And I have to say
he got one bullet. Is that the bullet that he needs? Curse comes out. Oh, he got two more. Got another one again. Curse is out. Oh, but it's removed because Bean hit him and then finally spends the burst.
Incredible combo to super, though. Is it enough on the hit to the wall? No.
No, the super just doesn't do enough.
No. Not right now.
No, not right now. That could change.
Bean. Very nice. Like, considering how well Umisho was with the resources there. Well, again, with the burst speed. We saw that in the last game that Umisho played. Already pulling out again. Just another trick in the arsenal.
Yeah, big damage. I mean, you could make all sorts of flowery comments about that, but it was just big damage, let's be real. And Bean expending so much tension just to FD it all. The PRC comes out to just dash out of what was going on, almost out of bullets, but a really good time to reload there for Umisho. What are we going to get after this? I don't know.
Good blocks. And the check there, able to get a clone for a block string to throw.
Yeah. Oh, a low comes out and then a grab. Chip's grab game is super important, especially because he does have a command grab as well, but it doesn't matter. Kicked to death. Umisho back on the board.
Right? What a backdash.
Okay.
And I have to say, Umisho's
Speaking of
reads.
backdash. Oh!
Oh! Good use of the 2S. I mean, that bullet can shoot even on the whiff, so you have to be careful.
Deus Ex Machina, he does have enough time to do this, so gonna go ahead and take that over. Got positive tension, he's doing, and then of course because you get concentration and bullets back when you do Deus Ex Machina, Umisho is in a great place. Takes the first one.
Yeah, taking a joyride through this first game. Oh man, that second game I have to give it to Bean. They were playing phenomenal, but just Umisho, great approach, got right back into it, and just didn't let Bean in.
No, and that is the important thing, especially against a player like Chip who loves living right in your face. But I feel like Umisho is doing a very good job at the close game plan, challenging what Bean has to offer.
Indeed. I just want to see Bean get that, at least somebody get that YRC. I feel Umisho's like 6 for 6.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, a lot of... Okay, I like the air shot there. And just in case anybody knows, that jump air move actually doesn't take a bullet. That does not count against your bullets. But now we have a big super. This is going to kill with the wall break. So Bean takes the first round, but this is very back and forth. I don't think this is indicative of who's going to win this.
No, not at all. Oh, speaking of which, great conversion. Has the curse on. Good reload of the bullets, and man, Bean gonna have to take a very meticulous approach. Nice run up.
All right. Oh, I like the way that he put the stop sign up with the clone. That was incredible. Bean has got to get in and does not have an opportunity. It's curse after curse after curse. There's a stop sign again with the clone. Goes in with the low. Doesn't get a shot in. This could be Bean's opportunity.
Oh, the jump H. Nice block, though, and now in the corner. Another wire C. Oh, the low, though. Bean getting a turn with the cross-up.
Oh, does use the burst. I was just about to comment how they both have their burst right now, but Umisho uses it. I love how the reload was ready, too. You just hear click, 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 click afterwards.
Click. Ooh, big pickup. Gets the curse. Slowing down Bean here. Getting the low, the burst bait. Combo to super. Oh, no, never mind. Holding on.
That's interesting. I mean, they wouldn't have killed, so I can understand why you would hold on to the tension for that. Where was he? That clone was so deceptive.
You know, with that positive tension rate, whatever. You know, Umisho just got that bar right back in one block string.
Oh,
phenomenal play there. That was wild.
It is. Like, you know what else is wild? But they're just like, no breaks, let's go, we're ready to play. And I kind of love that, though, because I feel like they're both playing really well. There's no significant adjustments that they need to make right now, except that I have called that out about Bean before, that DP gets him killed.
I like how the / punch crossed up, but the bullet just knew where to go.
Well, that's the thing about Happy Chaos, is that the bullet doesn't work like projectiles do traditionally. They just hit.
Oh. Going low.
Oh my goodness.
You got the magic bullets from Bewitched or something, man. Ooh,
It
what a
sure
low.
does. Yeah, that was a big low. They both have their burst. I'm liking a lot more of the grabs coming out from Bean, though. I think that's really helpful for them.
Hey, this is what Bean needs to get back in.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to. You have to get into this, because right now, Umisho is putting on a show. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's primetime TV, and the subject is you.
True. But I like how Umisho kept the burst. They didn't really try to, well, not there, but saved it for the last round to be like, hey, I could close this out if I just play good this last round.
If I just do well, I'll be
Yeah.
all right. But unfortunately for Bean, Umisho is just doing well. I love Umisho's use of the clone right now. But the thing is, Bean is now jumping over it, which kind of renders it ineffective. And this is a big comeback potential for Bean. Goes ahead, uses the super, gonna break the wall, not gonna die. I'm afraid, though, on Wake Up what's gonna happen, because Umisho's got a lot of tension.
That good block on the high gets the wire C once again. The cross-up
and then-
hits.
Yeah, the roll unders. That is such an underutilized move, because honestly, it's not that great. But in that situation, it was clutch. BRC whiffs.
Good block. Still gets the fast RC. Happy Chaos with the lock on. Yes, gets the shot.
Ah! Okay, so can we just real quick, first of all, shoutouts to Umisho.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But just, I mean, in case you're not familiar, yes, the bullets almost always land for Happy Chaos. If your opponent is jumping or if you are jumping, the reticle that you see on screen actually has a harder time focusing. So when you do a jump crossover like that, it's not guaranteed that you're going to hit. So the fact that Umisho risked that shot on that was mind-blowing, and it worked.
No, honestly, Umisho was doing a lot of ways to get started. And what we saw in this set was when they did get started, it was so hard for Bean to get an approach, especially when the curse came on. But I think a lot of the times Bean did get that momentum and really turned it back on. Umisho was already saving the burst and would use that momentum to gain that composure to get that ground and take the approach again. Just really hard there. Yeah, I gotta say, I've seen a lot of Happy Chaos's panic bursts, but Umisho's defensive use of it shows more intention, knowledge. Like, he knew what he was doing the majority of the time. And those YRCs, he has not missed one the whole day. Like, if you're going to fight Umisho, try to find some YRC common point here. We need to punish those.
And right as you said it about the YRC, you could see it in action right there. It's so clutch. And again, I think intentionality of the extraneous things on screen. So I'm not talking about like the bullets or the concentration. The intentionality of the way he uses tension and burst is so important because it is crucial to their game plan.
Yeah, no, this is a character that doesn't have a reversal, so that meter's important. So a lot of the times we did see the burst use and those YRCs, but we've seen so many other instances where Umisho could use that meter when getting a BRC in the corner, when letting the combo drop, etc. Or like right there to not take the mix. You know, incredible usage of the meter.
So now we have an update for you. We did have Remy and Kaneki play off stream, and Remy Celeste took it over Kaneki. So I do believe that means all of our Kai gaming fans, we're done. Kai has to go home now. He has to go be a family man. But that does mean that we have the lower bracket semi coming up right now. So Mike versus Remy. So we have Soul into Axel.
Yep.
Again, something I don't think Remy is unfamiliar with, and whoever wins that is going to face Bean in the lower bracket final.
Yeah, in the chip matchup. And I mean, both these players are incredible. Mike Saftig and Remy have been in these top threes countless times. I'm sure Remy's a little more happy to not fight Chip right away yet. But Soul's still a scary character even with the nerfs. I'm not sure how Night Raid Vortex changed post-patch, but that move can call out a lot of Axel's moves, and if you land the counter hit, it can be a move ender. He literally erupts to the sky to a holy combo from Soul. So I'm not sure. This could be pretty interesting, but if you're just throwing Night Raid Vortex out aimlessly, you know, that's a bread and butter for Axel any moment as well, so it's a give and take.
Right, but also I did want to point out that Mike Saftig has two other characters. They also play Ram and Milia. So there is a strong potential for a character switch here. Like, I know that some Souls don't like this matchup. I mean, I wouldn't either if I was a Soul player. There's a lot of potential. Like, a Ram has so many different long-range options. Amelia is extremely fast. I mean, granted, she is similar to Chip, made of paper, kinds of falls apart if you get in and rip her up on the game plan. But there's a lot of potential in both of those characters for active counterplay against what Remy's going to bring.
No, that's incredibly true. And I didn't even think of the Ram. I hate fighting Ram with Axel,
right?
So that would be an incredible play there. The other thing I was going to say is Axel versus Soul's interesting because I don't necessarily think it's a bad matchup, but I think it can be bad, mattering your style as a Soul or like Kai type of player. If you're a little too abrasive and you gamble a lot, it can go downhill very fast. So
yes.
I'm not sure, because Mike is incredibly solid, so he might know how to approach this. Especially with the new FD change, having an FD button is incredible now. There was a little problem in Season 1 where you could get a risk of getting a normal instead of faultless defensing, hitting two buttons. But now you won't really have that using the macro. So a matchup like Axel and just running in constantly, I'm excited to see Soul take those approaches more and really try to get a read on the ground game.
And you guys seem, after that poll, you're thinking Mike has got this. 80% of you are on that and excited to see this happen. I did want to address what you talked about with the FD button, because I didn't, like, I do the 2-button FD, and instead of macroing FD, I choose to macro dash
buttons
instead.
Oh, dash,
so,
yeah.
I do dash macro instead, and I don't have enough buttons to fill everything else out.
No, I don't believe. I have 8 buttons now. I have the thumb in the middle of all my buttons for dash, and then I have RC and dash all on the end.
Yeah, well, it was interesting, because I was actually playing Guilty Gear earlier today, and I FD'd, or I thought I did, and I got kick out of it, and I was like, I see why they added the FD macro. This is good. Because you have to be really accurate with that.
Because at first, when I heard the announcement, my first response was, oh no, like they can't fix it. But then I was like, oh, but they did fix it. They just put the macro and just use the macro.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting what they chose to address in this particular patch, and I think we're seeing some really cool things develop from that. And we can tell by, the number of different characters that we had in here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the cast represented, granted out of a cast of what, we're up to 18 or 19? No? 20?
Oh, actually, that's a good question. I think we might be at 1920 now.
Yeah, because it was 15 to start, and then they added 5 DLCs, so it's 20. So there are 20 characters, and then soon to be 24, which I'm very excited about. Especially, I mean, there are some returning characters that I would really love to see. But
Quick. Who do you want? Who do you want, though? If you could pick one. Yeah, who do you want to return?
Pick 1 or 2, because I have 2.
Okay, so somebody that hasn't been in the game and someone that returns before this match.
I just want Jam and Dizzy back. That's all.
Oh, that's fine. I want Fanny and Paradigm, and then or Dr. Paradigm. If you put Elfelt back, just give her 3 different weapons. That's all I say.
See, and there you have it. We have opinions, and we are getting into this right now. This is the lower bracket semi, and we are going to get Soul. There's not a character switch yet. I think it's a good start.
Keeping the approach with the 5K, I like that. Covers a lot of ground, but there it is, the Night Raid Vortex.
That's a big counter hit, and Mike does such a good job capitalizing on the wall bounce portion of their moves. And then the RC with the overhead just punches, but a burst comes out of Remy to secure it, and now you're in the corner, friend.
True that.
Okay, oh my god, his Bandit Bringers from the sky are so scary. Does this work? Oh, you were hitting a button. This is a reversal punish!
Just calling out so much here. Nice coast slash, but no conversion. Waited for the burst. Good run up with throw. RC. Can he get enough damage here? Yes.
It's a lot of damage.
Right? And man, that Night Raid Vortex in the last round. Axel has a lot of mid pokes to challenge Soul, but Soul has the lows too to mix it up too. So it's a big back and forth. But if you use too many mids, Night Raid Vortex will wake you up.
Yes, absolutely true. I love that you pointed that out because now it's something to watch. But look at the startup on that Bandit Bringer and how Remy challenged it.
RC conversion. Run him to the corner, but not enough here. Gets the 2K on Wake Up. Those lows are coming.
They really are. And PRC to dash under. Go ahead and close the distance. Ooh.
That bomber damage. I thought that got nerfed.
Maybe?
Maybe. It's
no,
still
it
good.
did. Number-wise, it did. But if you use it well, it goes.
It still hurts.
Favorably.
Just not as much.
Oh my god, the way Remy is so not afraid to grab Soul's face and just throw him in the corner.
Right? Trying to smell that VV. He wants to get a scoop.
All right, and now we got the lows coming out. Oh, the spacing there, Remy's sides didn't quite go to where Mike was, and I think that's really important because this did not turn out the way he wanted. Oh my god, meet him in the air.
Oh no. And these blocks on the run-up, incredible here. No, gets counter hit. The first bait to the down.
Huge.
Gotta love that down extension.
Oh my gosh. Remy just backdashed. That's all he did to get out of that situation. That was incredible.
Ooh. Counter hit Night Raid. Had the burst. Picked a good moment.
Yeah, that was it. Okay. PRC to get out of that because that was very problematic if it hadn't happened. Okay, challenges in the air again. This is nice. They're meeting each other like just punch for punch, and a kick, just a low kick is going to take it.
Mike was getting relentless towards the end there. I mean, the Bandit Bringers did work early set, but he was really banking on the anti-air. I mean, I don't blame him against a character like Axel, but woof. It's getting scary when your health gets so down there and you're fighting a character like Axel Low, who just needs one anti-air to really bring the pain.
And bring the pain, Axel did. I think the most important thing during that was how both of them were so willing to jump and meet each other in the air so that, like when Soul would go to do those really big charge up Bandit Bringers, Remy started jumping up to meet it and just take him out of that. With a little punch, nothing in particular that was, significant damage or commitment wise, but it meant that there was more meetings in the air. So instead of like challenges, especially after there was one site that or sickle that Remy threw out that was the wrong angle and could have left him open for a big damage potential for Mike.
Not true that. Honestly, I think both players are doing good. It's just how they're closing is really making the deals here.
So Remy is up 1 now, and I do like that Remy always throws into the corner. There's never any like neutral throws. It's always trying to get that corner damage in that corner position.
And he's really good at getting out of the corner as well. Playing that mid-screen game. Good jumping from Mike though, the challenge.
Yeah, very good. Okay, get another 2K 2D. Great combo on any character if you haven't used it. PRC for PRC. But Remy is still up on tension.
I thought Mike was going to get that counter hit off the Drift RC, but Remy, ready. Gets the rainwater. Nice conversion after.
Yeah, does very well here. And another throw. Again, opposite side, always going for the closest corner. And just punches coming out to challenge the space from Mike.
Ooh. Throwing rock with that close slash. Didn't get much off the counter hit, but keeping the pressure on. Gets the low. Nice pickup. Keeping him in the corner to another low.
Oof. This is a large hill to climb for Remy if they can do it. Another 2K2D. Ah!
Yeah.
I think Mike thought Remy was going to grab, so went ahead and preemptively grabbed.
Right? Bringing him to the headbanger's ball. What a throw.
Oh boy. What a challenge, too. But this is opening very well for Remy. Remy's only had 3 or 4 hits, and they've already done over half of Soul's health.
Damn, in the run under, really playing this corner, getting out of the corner well here. Mike bring the pressure back on. Good run up to the IB, that was great. Good jump
really
in.
Nice IB. Okay, ooh, going for the low, but stands up just in time to only take a tiny bit of damage. The RC spent from Mike does have to burst for Remy.
Oh, again. Remy just so on point with the run unders. It's anytime he's 1/3 of the screen away, he's just scheming on how to get out.
Yeah, big scheming. Another one. Every time I think, oh, Mike is gonna take it. Mike is gonna take it. Remy said, no, he's not. Choink! And just, but it's calculated. It's not as calculated as I would say Umisho's gameplay, but like with precision. But Remy's still doing excellently. There's that opposite throw again. I would love to see if Remy ever throws directly in front of them.
Not today. Or maybe not. Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong, Remy. Only if it fits in your game plan.
Exactly.
And oh, that was nice. Mike did sniff it out that time.
Oh.
And that is the clothesline. Not used significantly in these matches, but when it hurts, or when it hits, it hurts.
Yeah, no. I thought there might have been a super cancel there, but wanted to get Mike into the corner. Nice punish on the bandit out.
Oh, PRC! Oh, that was really risky. Oh my goodness. Remy has no meter to do any FDing. He just has to play well.
Oh!
Just don't get hit!
Oh no, as you say it. The burst off though.
That's a big loss for Mike in this particular game.
What a bandit.
Yeah, it hit on the back of that.
Oh, the forward slash into the wild throw.
Wild throw!
Wow, the second hit didn't hit. So wasn't ready for that scramble scenario there. Very nice.
Such incredible gameplay here. Mike just saying, I'm not out of it yet, but Remy would like them to be out of it.
Yeah, Remy's not trying to eat another strike throw mix. Trying to keep Mike in the corner.
Right, PRC comes out, big counter hit from Mike. Doesn't get anything really except for the counter hit though, and a whiffed dust but not punished by Remy. Remy still has burst. They have to be careful about when they use it, especially in this corner situation.
Nice 2K usage. No meter to really spend it out though, so has to be careful. The bandit. Mike waiting for the burst, but gets it on the
Air
run-up.
throw!
Wow.
What
Remy.
an air throw. So that was something, like I said in the very first game, how they're meeting each other in the air, and Remy took advantage of that with an air throw, not something that they've done in the previous rounds.
Not true that. We've seen Mike using those close jump slashes and heavies, but got chucked. Nice combo here.
Indeed. Ooh, that is a lot of damage.
Mike has to end this or Remy's going to be moving on. This is set point.
PRC dash back to avoid it. But what an incoming from Mike. Remy doesn't have burst, you gotta eat all that.
Mike did that earlier in the set, but he missed the whiff punish. Getting it this time with the forward slash was incredible. Oh, counter hit anti-air.
That's really big. The Axel Bomber did hit, but now Remy just has to play really well. The BRC and the crossover. So good for Mike. Not out of it yet.
Yeah, looking good for Mike here, the 2-1. And I mean, we've seen the comebacks here. We've seen a 3-game comeback earlier, so you can't count the boy out yet.
No, and you shouldn't, because the gameplay here is showing that neither of them are out of it. Mike trying to win themselves a trip to Evo.
Right? But Remy
then again,
is too.
so is Remy.
As you can tell from this approach, you know, trying to keep him here. Counter hits all over.
Oh, that was such a whiff. Oh no, this is a big opportunity for Remy. Also, missed the wall. I'll come back to that later. It might not matter though. A burst to keep in the corner, but yeah, I was gonna say Remy's working on a perfect, but unfortunately missed that wall break, which could have ended the match, I don't know, 4 seconds earlier.
And as my boy C4 would say, he did the emo burst. He got too emotional.
Oh no, and what a can we call that an emotional DP? Because that was going to cause some emotional damage.
Oh, you can.
Oy.
Nice jump back punch.
Meeting in the air again. Big counter hit.
The bomber loop. This could be it.
No,
the drop.
But the overhead does take it. Remy eliminates Mike from the tournament. Unfortunate. Mike had an incredible run, most of it through the lower bracket of this particular part of the tournament. Great job. Love seeing the soul. Love seeing the viability of the character post-patch. Did a great job. But that means Remy is going to move on to face Bean in the lower bracket final.
Yeah, the lower bracket final here, where some of our best players here have made it. You know, Bean coming from the winners finals matchup here. Definitely going to show that they are no slouch. But man, let's come back to this match and review it back over here. Remy doing some damage to Mike. I mean, definitely was playing this long distance game really well. Knew how to check with the 2Ks perfectly. And I really liked Mike's approach on the run block game here. I mean, we saw so many times he tried to wait for his turn and just really didn't have the read in the moments to lose these leads.
Yeah, I like the read in the moment. I think that's really important to point out because there are a lot of very good ideas. They just weren't the right ones for the situation, and I think a lot of that caused Mike to unfortunately crumble under the oppressive thumb of Remy's Axel.
Yeah, true. I mean, some of the stuff we saw later set Mike was dropping earlier, and that could have added up. You know, the drift RCs out of anti-airs, didn't get the forward slash punishes right away. But, you know, it was awesome to see Mike Saftig in this Final Four, and definitely one of my favorite Soul players in North America. Definitely showing us why they're a problem, and regardless of the nerfs, what a specialist can do with this character.
I like watching Remy play. I also like the confidence that they've gained in the months since their incredible breakout performance at CEO. I mean, I know that they were playing prior to that, but... Yeah. CEO in December, I mean, because also CEO is going on right now as well, so to avoid confusion, CEO from December was when Remy just really had this breakout performance, and we're seeing them be incredibly successful. So this is the bracket as it stands. We're almost there fighting out who wins that trip to Evo, and I'm so stinking excited. I can't wait, but we're getting first. I'm so excited. We're getting first to Remy versus Bean. So that's going to be Chip into Axel, and this is a run back from...
Yeah, this is the run back.
This is the run back from winter semis where Bean 3-0'd Remy. Like, and to use a phrase that we use a lot, in a quickness. Like, that set, I remember being like, oh, I guess we're done. Okay. So this is a run back from earlier in the bracket. I don't know. I feel like Remy has played better and better throughout this tournament. I think they have a better shot coming into this. But if Bean wins this means they get the run back against Umisho in grand finals, but Umisho just kind of dismantled Chip.
Yeah, it was kind of ready for everything here. And especially with how much damage Chip's been doing in all these matches across the board. Remy's been doing phenomenal through the bracket, but, you know, coming up against Bean, we got to see what that matchup really entails. And it was a lot of faultless defensing and Axel not really getting out of the certain situations. And Bean on top of that, really conditioning what the strike throw game was on top of that. And it seems the chat on top of what we thinks it's a 75% in Bean's favor too. But as somebody that has played Axel before, I've gone through a bracket where, you know, I did lose to the last Chip, but I beat 5 of them in a row, so or 4 of them, and then I've lost to the 5th one. So
hey,
if you do hit him, he bleeds. He does so much damage. And Bomber, as we've seen, even against Soul, 2 of them did like over 50%. So you know it's going to do more on him. It's just he has to be so on point on how to get these hits.
And we are going to get into, this is the lower final. We've already got a burst. My friends, it's been 9 seconds. Calm down, or don't, because this was not calm before, and I don't think it's to be calm at any point during this. I like that Remy's defenses are a little bit more solid during this. However, Bean is so crazy with the movement.
Yeah, Bean always keeping you guessing, and you know, somehow it's like he puts the headlights on. You're trying to look ahead, and for this high-low game, but this counter hit slash keeps contesting with anything you would throw regardless. What
big
an
overhead into the RC. That's huge, and a burst had to do it there, or else you were gonna die. Oh, you're gonna die anyway. See ya.
Let's go. Getting a little help from his friends until we get a little further.
All your friends. I still, I think I still have a Dota Mazeki plush in my shopping cart. I need to get one at some point. I love it so much.
No, you have to. Hey, I'm a fan of all the otters. Now that there's ninja otters, oh yeah.
Yes, for sure. Oh, big hit there from Bean. This is looking very reminiscent of the first game. Again, I do not see as many chips as Bean does go ahead and close out a corner combo with the super like that, but I really like the option.
Yeah, with the pressure on top, bringing the risk back up. Remy finding a way out the corner, though.
That Alpha Blade. I don't think Bean knew where Remy was and just did Alpha Blade from the skies. Burst does come out. Bean almost has their burst back, and they've got 100% tension if they want to use it.
Man, Bean using movement offensively, defensively.
Did you see that RC and then he just ran at the guy?
Chip, literally.
I can't.
Floating like a butterfly, stinging like a killer hornet slash robotic. I don't even know. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh my goodness. He is a wasp in he's just a wasp. And wasps are big and scary and do lots of damage and they hurt and they have a big stinger like Chip does. Oh my god. Remy most of the matches that I've seen, Remy plays confidently, and I only see Remy play like they're lost in this matchup.
Pressure's on. Getting that counter hit.
Yeah, a little counter hit, but then a little counter hit goes a long way if you're Bean. It didn't kill. That's outrageous.
What a juggle. And then contesting with the far slash. It's one of the fastest in the game, so, you know, Axel really has to be sure when hitting the same buttons.
You do. Oh, the 2K2D opens Axel wide up. And now, nothing in return. Good block. Oh my gosh, Bean's blocking. The Wade doesn't commit with a button until he's totally sure that a burst does come out to maintain this corner position.
And that's what's scary. The burst knocks you back into the corner, so it's like nothing ever happened. Oh, nice. Good counter hit combo, but no full conversion. It's the rainwater on the jump or swing. Phenomenal play.
Finally. The interesting thing about that combo is that Remy actually didn't get the PRC onto Bean. Bean was out of range, but went ahead and continued the combo anyway, and because of the fall trajectory of Bean, it ended up working out. Big combo here for Remy, though.
Right, that instant block punish just showing what a specialist is capable of.
A specialist indeed. One of the only 2 people in this bracket who does not have a secondary character.
Indeed. Fighting his worst matchup like nothing. I mean, like, it's rough, but they're doing good. They're doing good.
They're doing all right. Oh my god, I'm so stressed for both of these players right now. I knew this is a big opportunity for Bean. Drops it though. This is where
That was
Bean
huge.
could make, yeah, this is a big comeback. Oh, that's a big counter hit. Had the tension and has wall break.
Yeah, even with the burst, wouldn't been able to unless they got it before the super. So unfortunate. But Bean coming up, showing they really know the matchup. But you can't count Remy out yet. Like, literally, it's been last game, no health. It's hard to make decisions against Axel at that point.
It's so rough, and we're getting into this. This is looking scarily similar to their original match where Bean 3-0'd Remy, but
yeah,
an early burst again from Remy. I mean, that's great if this goes to 3 games, but you're not going to have this for the second set.
And Umisho just entering ready for whoever will make it past.
Oh, golly. Oh, nice 2K2D.
Nice. I want to see Remy use more of those call-out break. Oh, nice.
Okay.
He did it right there, but Bean actually blocked it, so that was huge.
Oh, yeah, and I was looking at Bean's tension. They got 100% right there. They're going to be able to do a lot with this. Positive tension already at 50%. Remy has got to be careful. Already back in the corner. The overhead RC comes out and finally opens him up. Oh my god, Bean is relentless.
Yeah, the fast Roman cancel off the overhead. It gives you no time, even if you did block it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, there's the burst from Bean. Goes ahead and use it. Just doesn't want to take any risks. I wouldn't either.
No, not at all. I mean, it's possible. He's got to make sure Bean does not stay on in the corner here. Or there's the drop, gets the empty low cross up, does it again with the kick alpha blade.
These cross-ups are ridiculous. They're so fast. Big counter hit. Goes ahead, does that super corner combo, gets the extra damage, not dead.
Oof. All
for Dodemizeki all day.
Again, keeping the pressure on. Sometimes you can't react, you just gotta guess. Nice YRC for a turn. Oh, the IB to stay close.
Oh, that was... What incredible gameplay awareness right there from Bean. Bean just trying to dash in, run in, gets hit with the low, though. Remy does take a round.
Hey, a round away from getting on the board. Can Remy do it?
But Bean's a round away from taking this all the way away.
All the chips here, all in.
Oh boy, just double elbow, the people's elbow,
Right.
and it's spiky.
It double dipped it. Oh no.
Oh, this is bad. You can't burst this, it doesn't matter.
And this could be sweet here for Bean. Can he get it?
With the alpha blade, I'm gonna burst, no!
Just not giving any way for Remy to escape there. Bean, even putting all the resources on the table, didn't even let Remy use that approach to get out himself. But phenomenal play. And let's give it up for Remy. I mean, honestly, making it to the top 3, and from their phenomenal showing at CEO not even 7 months ago, getting that top 3 there as well. You know, showing they're still in the cut, changes are not in the patch. So, gotta give the Remy. But man, Bean, we were talking about it in the beginning. Chip got hooked up this patch, and the fact of the universal changes seemed to fit him very well. And now that Bean had a couple people get normalized, and he fits a little bit more in this patch, he is playing phenomenal.
Bean's gameplay, I think, honestly, has been the standout of this particular top 8. Just seeing what they can do, like that right there, that just RC, I'm gonna dash at you, was so... It's things like that. It's not the big flashy combos. It's the things that you throw in between that shows your comfort level with the character, but also that your game plan is adaptable and cannot be shaken. And I love the way Bean was just like, hey, I 3-0'd you once before, I can do it again. And they did, which means they are going to move on to face Umisho again.
Yep, the run
Bean
back.
just faces all the run backs. But the thing is, can Bean win 6?
Yeah, you gotta win 6. I mean, it's 2 sets, so you don't have to win 6 in a row. You gotta win 2, 3 out of 5 sets. But against
That's a lot
Happy
of games,
Chaos,
though.
no, it is a lot of games. You know, some people get warmed up, and Bean's been playing pretty phenomenally here. I have to say, the first 3 rounds we saw of Bean looked kind of lukewarm, but this Bean has been spot on from on in this bracket. You know, the first hour Bean, I don't know, could have went to lower bracket, but this Bean, I actually think we can get to the second set. I don't know what's going to happen on that adjustment from Umisho, but I definitely think we're guaranteed at least 2 sets.
I actually agree with you. I think we are going to get 2 sets. So here we are, bracket as it stands. So if you remember from our graphics earlier, 5th through 8th place won $25. You can see all of that right here. 3rd and 4th got 100. 2nd place, who we're going to find out shortly, is going to get 200. And now we are going to find out in potentially 2 sets who's going to go to EVO with that really nice EVO prize package.
Definitely, and you want to get to EVO. It is one of the greatest tournaments on this earth. It's been going on for over 20 years, if you consider post the old names, shouts to B Series. But, you know, so many legendary stories, so many legendary players have gotten their start here. And, you know, we're going to have another player fight to, you know, get their start. Because honestly, I can't think of a Umisho or Bean EVO moment or story yet. And these are 2 younger players that have making a name for themselves in this last year. So it will be incredible to see who makes it out on top here. Now, Umisho, we have seen how consistent they're playing. And I know I said it 2 sets. It was a 3-0 on there. But I think the information that Bean saw in those sets was super important. Now, if we can see those YRC punishes a couple more times and to have that game kind of have both players, I know, you know, going on, I think it could put enough mental stack on both. But, you know, the return off set, that's always the hardest. You bring it back in grand finals and your opponent knows either knows how to throw rock perfectly the whole time second set, or they just know how to mix it up and make you not confident anymore. So I don't know. This is going to be incredibly interesting. Umisho does have the advantage, but Bean is one of the best players in the country right now. And with him and Joe Biden playing chip, I can't think of anyone better than them. So this should be pretty good.
Yeah, I wanted to come back to both of these players being young. In case you don't remember from their player cards earlier, Umisho is 20 and Bean is 21. These are pretty young players. There's a lot of growth that they can have both in the Guilty Gear scene and then in the fighting game community at large. So this is a really cool opportunity from them. Actually, something that I've noticed overall is that Guilty Gear Top 8s have some, even though there's some returning talent, you know, you got your Hotashis, your Lost Souls, your Peppery Splashes, who come from other Guilty Gear games. You get some new blood, too, and we're getting into it. Grand finals of the FGC Arcade Summer Community Series, and it's already off to a crazy start.
Right, and Bean getting that hit off right away. The burst off on the mid-screen, so Bean can cover a little bit more ground, but Umisho already getting a crafty mix-up. And there's the 2-slash shot. You gotta watch out on those crouch slashes, because he can shoot the bullet while the normal's out. So even if you try to hit that move, you can take a potential if there's focus on the retinal. Nice throw.
Good round for Umisho. That was pretty clean. That was very clean, honestly.
And I know I'm a chip believer, but man, Umisho really making me second guess myself. Very nice combo.
I think believing in chip was good for that one. That was a very strong start for Bean. Get a big counter hit there too, and then another grab.
Nice. If anyone can get in, it's this character. Nice strike throw off the clone. You are plus off that. The drop.
Oh my gosh. That's a big drop. I mean, Umisho is a breath away from dying. PRC doesn't hit. BRC backdash doesn't actually work out because there wasn't really much place for Umisho to go.
Yeah. I mean, but if Umisho did get that hit, Bean could have, you know, got tilted.
Yeah, and now big hits here. Curse applied. Gets a little bit of an uncharged dust, like the tap dust comes out. And then got a burst coming out. PRC. Oh, you just let Umisho reload? That's a problem.
Oh, no. The respect's on the table, and Umisho's running with it right now.
No, do not respect. No respect. Only fight.
Oh, there we go.
Only fight.
Can he get in? No, the clone getting the quick overhead off the up RC.
Ooh,
nice pressure. Ooh, that backdash just out.
Yeah, that's a big counter hit, and the wall bounce. Is this going to take it? It does.
Bean! The incredible clutch holding on. You know, when you're playing a glass cannon, whether you have 100% or a pixel, it doesn't matter. I mean, you just need to get the hit. And Bean just showing us that. Yeah, no, literally. Oof. I can't believe it.
You better believe, because Bean is already one up. You said 2 sets. We're working towards it for sure. But
go,
Umisho
Bean.
said 1 set, please. I have places to be, and it's not here.
Well, I'm a fan of both these players, but I'm a fan of more games. So let's get to that second set.
I'm a fan of more games too. I'm really loving this so far. But a big burst comes out from Bean to just try and get Umisho away. Umisho, I mentioned in the very beginning, like, used to play really far away. They've adapted very well to playing close.
And just look at these mix that Bean's been providing. Low cross up, in front high, like,
Oh no! Caught doing the curse again. That was something Bean capitalized a lot on in their first set, but Umisho's not dead, and that's such an issue for Bean right now. Doesn't matter, finally killed him.
Yes, and getting that knockdown on the wall with the super allowed a free setup, and that pressure following up allowed to close it out. Very nice. Good counter hit here to get a conversion.
Yeah, that's a really large counter hit. Alpha Blade doesn't hit, but it doesn't matter. It gave them the space that they needed. An RC does come out and just a lot of air punches and finally opened up. Umisho's got nothing because they have to FD so much.
Ooh. Getting that meter back. Nice block string. Now
Oh,
Bean.
the PRC, that was really clutch for Umisho. Took a lot of damage. The double jump doesn't... Actually, this is giving Bean the advantage now. That double jump where Umisho got caught, Umisho did get burst back, and then a counter throw.
Yeah, Umisho's been phenomenal with the backdashes, but not even afraid in the corner. Just taking the read on the throw and getting the punish. And I have to say, even mid-screen, you would see the double or triple backdashes just get away from these instant air dash guesses. You know, really good movement here.
Okay, goes in for the low, and then a back dash there. Okay, gets... We're getting something... I love that Chip is throwing out the clone now, too. This is so fast. What incredible gameplay here.
Hey, snuck the curse. That's cheap.
That was so cheap, actually. But because of the burst that did hit Umisho, the curse is now gone. The curse is reapplied. Oh my
Right.
god. This is what... They're playing a different game. The movement is ridiculous.
Hey, this is for a whole Evo trip. You have to play as disrespectful as possible. Nice
The
read on the burst.
bait!
And Bean just stole the words out of my mouth. He got the hit. He waited for the gold burst. He even waited for the combo to go away. He was like, it's coming. I know. It's not even going to be blue. And got the punish.
No.
Incredible. And
No.
when you punish a 10-frame burst, that's only like 11, 10 frames. Is he on point here?
That was ridiculous. I cannot even believe. I mean, you said it. You got to play out of your mind. And right now, Bean was just ready.
Yeah.
Ready to play. And this is such an opener. I don't know if they're getting into Umisho's mental stack or not. Going to knock that over, but... I mean, Umisho's still in it, clearly, but Bean wants this badly.
Indeed. But Umisho really turning it up here. What a reversal. I have to say, though, Bean this set has really taken advantage of Umisho's defensive habits, which was immaculate till now, you know? He literally wasn't wrong once prior.
Yeah, there's the command grab, something that Bean does not use frequently, but when they do, oh my god, what a punish on that YRC.
Yeah, and now just allowing Umisho to take the turn, saying, hey, I can chase you down, so let's just see what you're going to do.
Remember how you pointed out earlier that like whoever could challenge Umisho's YRCs is going to do well?
Yes.
You brought that to life.
Well, that's the only option this character has. And really, Umisho has been playing phenomenally to get every bad turn back into play.
This is, oh my gosh, another super comes out. I did not think that was close enough to the wall, but it was. This is giving Bean some life. And they're so
Counter.
patient after the YRC. This is dead. This is
Oh my god.
reset.
Okay, wow, I didn't expect it in this vein of light, but Bean bringing the set one to play here. Now, I don't have shit now. I'm not psychic no more. All right, so I don't know what's gonna happen next, chat. Okay, they're gonna fight it out for a real Evo ticket, and it's gonna be some awesome Guilty Gear Strive. So you better tweet it out right now, because honestly, it's not gonna get any better right now.
No. This, I mean, I can't wait to see what happens. This is unbelievable. I can't believe that they're already, like, they're not back in game. I wonder if somebody was like, yo, chill for 8 seconds.
No.
Please. But Bean playing out of their mind, looking spectacular right now. And just as a reminder, Bean is coming from losers because Umisho put them there 3-0.
Oh, shit.
Umisho didn't get a round. Or, I mean, they got like a round, but they didn't get a game in that set.
True.
We are on Grand Finals reset. This is outrageous. I'm losing my mind, and probably after this, graphics is gonna put something together really, really good that has like me going like ah, because this is such good gameplay right now.
No, literally. And you just look at the statistics alone. It's 3-0 to 3-0, and both these players are just straight problems in any bracket I've ever seen. So I have no idea what's gonna happen. This is a straight up gamer moment, and it's just gonna go to whoever wants it right now.
Who wants it the most? I mean, and we said Evo ticket, but I want to emphasize this is not just the pass. This is your hotel. This is your transportation. This is a big deal. This is valued at over $3,000, and we're fighting to see which one of those players, these players right now, is going to win that.
Right? A $3,000 trip in Vegas, you could see them playing just for the title alone. Ooh. And right off the bat, that was optimal.
Yeah, Umisho said, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. But Bean said, I do. Let's play my game. Oh my gosh, that Alpha Blade change where you can combo afterwards has been crucial. And every punish on that YRC, you said it. Who can punish Umisho with YRC is gonna win, and Bean is doing it.
Ooh. Just damage back and forth, like...
There it is again. Wait for with the DP. You cannot do that anymore. You have to stop.
Bean with the read here. Oh, gets right under. Ooh. And the clone yawning. Still thinks it has a shot. The confidence.
The clone has confidence. Does Umisho? Okay, does get a burst out of Bean. I think Umisho does too. It's one of those things. But this is, again... Bean's confidence. Every time they whiff something, they're on the other side. That is the fastest RC in the West. You're in the other corner. Alpha Blade is out. Where you're blocking, I don't know. The wall is broken and you're dead.
Bean keeping the win streak on. You know, he won the last set 3-0, and now going on now, the 4-game win streak. Can Umisho shake the win streak now?
I mean, there's a potential in this for there to be 10 games. Total. And we said Bean needs to win 6. And so far, they've got 4 out of 6 of those. Are they going to keep going?
Wow. Nice 5K there. I just think, like, just from the start, I thought Umisho had it. But Bean just assessing the situation and bringing it back.
Bean is doing such a good job calling out the things that Umisho has used defensively so effectively against other opponents. This is a very strong round from Umisho, though, and could be the start of something of a comeback for them, though.
True that. Nice block string. Getting a turn here.
Comes out. Oh, and this is where Bean just excels. But okay, a grab. That's not something that we've seen in this particular set, but it does work really well for Umisho.
Yeah, Umisho seems to have a good read on Bean's strike throw game. We've seen the backdashes punish these throws, but not there. But
no,
you can't get them all. You can't get them all.
We're trying. Clone versus clone action here, throwing them out, but the Chips clone gets rid of the other one. Big opening for Bean.
Woo! Caught.
Yeah,
you gotta watch those
nice
legs.
Wake up. Yeah, that was 2 curses thrown out. YRC does come out. YRC back for it. This is big, though. Okay, does choose to reload. The clone comes out. Chip is in the sky. Reminder that Chip has triple jump, and that was crucial to that moment. Gotta go ahead and super.
Yo, B.
Okay, that's a big. Okay, that was a decent opener. Oh my gosh, that could have been so much more punished, but
right? I thought it was
quickly.
Oh, the miss on the shot. Bean with the run under, just not letting it happen.
No, big reload. That backdash
right
comes back in. RC, and there is again the Alpha Blade. Oh, throw in the air.
I like that air throw. Just punch him down.
Yeah, that's vicious. That's very vicious. Okay, another super comes out.
Oh, here we go. Getting the turn here. Now Umisho really showing the power of Happy Chaos.
Yes, but...
Has the screenplay here. Backing
yeah,
to the corner, though.
Ooh! They were at such a distance, they were going to run out of concentration. This is an opportunity for Bean. Goes in for the regular throw. BRC doesn't hit. PRC does, though. Air throw into the wall. What do we got?
Can burst on a trade here. Gets the overhead. Not enough, but gets the low prior.
I cannot believe this gameplay right now.
Bean. One game away. Undefeated in the set. Incredible gameplay here. And going up against really the favorite here. Honestly, these three though, Razzo, Umisho, and Bean, a lot of love in the chat for these three. But I have to say, a lot of people I was witnessing were saying Umisho had it. Now, Bean's up 2. We've seen Umisho do these comebacks. Can it happen again? Can it happen?
Heart.
And the most
Tiger
important
Pop.
point.
Yeah, Tiger Pop here in chat, popping off.
Snap.
Tiger
Congrats,
Pop,
by the way.
Yeah, want to highlight just real quick that they won the EU portion of this tournament earlier today. So shout outs to you getting a trip to EVO. We'll see you in Vegas.
Yep. You have one high five from me there. You can claim it whenever. But rooting for the Happy Chaos family, Tiger Pop in here. Oh, possibly. Maybe you don't like the mirror, but...
Yeah, baby, we're going to see. Yeah, Bean, I see people in chat. Bean is playing incredibly. Bean, I mean, I'll be real. I thought we were going to get a reset. I did not think it was going to be so dominant. This is incredible. Bean, one game away from being the champion of the FGC Arcade Summer Community Series and winning a fully paid trip to EVO. Umisho does not want that to happen, but does... I don't know. The fact that they let that wall break go away and didn't really get even a reload off of it, I'm scared. I'm scared for their mentality. Ooh.
The backdash gets the throw punish.
Ooh, overhead
What a
RC.
block.
Yeah, good block, but not that. The 2K2D comes in and does it again. The wall break damage is... Ooh. Yeah, Nope.
It's hard to know if it's a throw or they just keep it on, you know? The burst off. Knock on wood.
Oh,
Gets that counter hit, though.
Huge. So the curse whiffed and Bean went underneath it, didn't get hit, gets a big punish off of it, and just a throw. He's not dead, he is dead.
Tournament point here for Bean. Incredible.
This is so intense right now. Okay, that was a really early burst. That could be detrimental for Umisho, honestly.
Oh, the cross. Umisho's in. Gets a shot in the air. What a drop. Keeping it on, though.
This is very intense. Okay, double clone comes out. Air throw RC. This is, unless something crazy happens. No, nothing crazy happens. This is a round for Umisho, but Bean still one away.
Oh my
Umisho
God.
one away from putting one on the board, though, and extending our lifespan in this grand finals.
Yo, Jalen, when he got shot on the wall, he fell down like a bug. What was that? Oh my God.
Said windshield wiper, bleh.
Right?
Oh, 2K2D coming in clutch again. Big combo, Alpha Blade into the wall, gonna get the break and take the extra damage. Per usual, in the style that we have come to know and love from Bean.
Yeah, and huge play from Bean in the positive tension rate. If they can get a block string here, they will build the meter in no time. Umisho fighting back, getting the damage, keeping the corner pressure on. Nice throw.
Ooh. Okay, good block again, FDs. Oh, PRC comes out. The curse is out too. YRC, what do we get? Oh, the cross-up Alpha Blade. Now Umisho is in the corner. Does get a little hit in. Nothing yet.
Oh, Bean with a check. Moves it forward. Gets caught with the low. Not done, though. Cursed. Can make the move with the RC. Gets the hit. Are they going to bait the burst? Yes, but no punish. Oh my God, YRC, it works. Can they get the hit? Yes. Umisho. 2-1. We are still in it. Wow.
I am dying. I am not breathing. We're back into it. We can no
Get a
longer
breath.
reflect. Oh my gosh, that was the most intense I think I've ever seen in Guilty Gear. And I've watched a lot of Guilty Gear.
Let's go, Umisho. I want to see this game 5. Where's that Vermont cheddar at?
It might still be on the farm. Bean is fighting for their life, trying to get into this. Didn't want this to go to a game 4.
Oh, nice RC conversion. The burst off immediately, trying to keep the mid-screen game going. Nice curse combo.
Yeah, that
Keeping it
shot into
going.
the curse. This is big. Bean is holding onto that burst against a threat.
Good run up. Wow, the wall mix up there. Gets that jump slash in front. And the run up low. Keeping the pressure
cannot
on.
Believe that. So Bean hasn't done a combo that's that similar in a
No.
few rounds. I feel like Umisho might be a little bit thrown, just backdashing out of the way. I've not seen so many Happy Chaos backdashes. That's a funny animation. But this is a big combo for Bean. Chooses to reload and does have time to break the wall.
Right, 60% off. Gonna need this here, especially because Bean's on tournament point.
Yeah, still holding onto that burst. Can't use it here. Gonna go ahead and die.
Incredible. Are we gonna go to a tie game or are we going home early?
I don't know. I legitimately don't know in this match right now. There's the burst. That Bean held on to it for 2 straight rounds. Command grab comes out. Big damage.
Leave throw. Ouch, the
that's-
damage.
Yeah, big hit. Nice block there. And, okay, did get
Yup.
hit by the curse. I thought they didn't.
And got the reload.
Clone.
Oh, this is huge, especially with 4 bullets here and with the curse, or the concentration, apologies. This is gonna be hard, but gets the counter hit.
Oh, counter hit does come out. The RC is used. Bean still has tension.
Oh no. The overhead again.
comes out.
Is this it? Yes!
It is!
Bean holding it down for the New York City scene and moving it on to Evo itself. Honestly, there's nowhere else to go but the plane. Set your alarm twice, Bean, because you're going to Vegas. Congratulations.
That's outrageous. The gameplay almost took it 6 clean. Umisho did get one on the board there eventually. But congratulations, Bean. I really think that was some of the most intense Guilty Gear I have seen. My heart just stopped. We're going to catch some of the grand finals reset here on how Bean was able to go ahead and clutch it out against the person who put him in losers.
Right? And man, just look at the shake off here. And we talked about it before. The match was a 3-0, but it really went down to the wire and it came down to Umisho using meter immaculately, which they did throughout the whole tournament. But when Bean was able to take Umisho out of their element, was able to have these bursts, not put themselves back into the corner, was able to call the YRCs out, and even call said bursts and really wait it out. You know, all Umisho really had was the godlike backdashes, and while it was a lot, it didn't really add up enough.
No, it didn't. It didn't add up enough. And something that just cannot be understated is, because it was what you highlighted earlier, is about Umisho's use of defensive options. And Bean started punishing it. Every YRC, every burst bait, all these things that had worked so well in Umisho's favor were suddenly no longer on the table, and Bean took that away wonderfully. Was it, somebody asked, was it 5-1? It was a reset, it was a 3-0, and then a 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1. So, pretty much, Bean did, it was 5-1 on the streak. To beat the streak, it was 5-1, but
Yes.
was not enough. I'm actually surprised, but, you know, you got to give it to Bean, and you got to give it up to Umisho as well. I hope Umisho can make it to Evo, because
Same.
phenomenally, seeing how this bracket went, you know the damage will be done. But let's go back over it again. You know, we had Bean taking it on top, first place. Umisho taking that second, as well as Remy holding it down for Canada, third place. Mike Saftig holding it down for Mexico as well in fourth. Then you have Kaneki holding down for Mexico, Razzo holding it down for Florida, and then back to Boyka and Flair at our 7th place, holding down in losers, US and Mexico likewise as well. So shout outs to our bracket we've literally had all of North America show why they were capable to really come to the World Championships of fighting games and show why they're some of the best.
And I don't think anybody who watched this today will be disappointed when they see these players go to EVO and fight it out. And I really feel like Bean fought it out incredibly and really deserved that win. And I am really looking forward to watching their EVO run, because this was spectacular. Thank you to everybody who entered. There were a lot of you who did over the course of 2 days, and it came out spectacularly. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and be sure to check out our future scheduled dates. On June 30th, FGC Arcade Summer Community Series will be bringing you Street Fighter V and Dragon Ball FighterZ on July 1st. That'll be 9 a.m. PT, likewise on both days, so set your alarms. And also, if you're an Apex fan, like my brother, you do not want to mix out on July 5th. 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the Master Circuit is on. Compete.playstation.com. Go there right now and sign up.
Yeah, I mean, we've mentioned it throughout the broadcast, but these tournaments are open to anybody, and you can go at any time, both in-game and from your browser, to compete.playstation.com. It's free to enter. All of this stuff is free to enter, and look at the cool stuff you can win. I mean, we had somebody, Bean won a trip to EVO. We had
$3,000 trip to EVO. Like,
yeah.
When I go to EVO, I'm like, I'm cutting pennies and stuff, you know? I'm going to the cheap buffet. I'm going to see Bean with the nice sunglasses at the nice buffet. But, you know, if you want to get to EVO as well, be sure to check out evo.gg. You know, the signups are in the final portion right now, but you can use the promo code FGC Arcade to take $25 off. I honestly wish I'd used it myself, but you all can do it yourselves. And if you see me at EVO, be sure to give me a high five, because I know you got that $25 off. So that's pretty hype.
For sure. Yeah, make sure you use that code before July 9th, which is when late registration closes. Josh, I had a blast. This was great.
Hey, Jalen, it was amazing. It was awesome to commentate with you for the first time. I've always loved your energy on these broadcasts, so it was awesome to join forces with you this weekend. And it was cool to just see what North America had to bring on, because we know there's a lot of Guilty Gear going on this weekend, and a lot of these people made it their purpose to see who's coming to EVO.
Absolutely. So, yeah, thank you, everybody, for joining us and being a part of this entire tournament. We had so much fun. We're glad that we got to share it with you, and we hope to see you at EVO. Use that $25 off code.
Oh yeah, trust me, you're gonna want that extra 25 in Vegas, at least on the last day. But thank you, everybody. You know, all the players were phenomenal. Shouts to being there, but we're gonna have to take it easy. But make sure to go to PlayStation.com and sign up for these tournaments.
That's
thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
we're gonna take it out, and we'll see you all at EVO.
Oh my god!
Calling all fighters. The PlayStation Tournament's FGC Arcade is back with the Summer Community Series starting this June.
Let battle commence.
Get ready for 6 weeks of scorching competition and awesome prizes across your favorite fighting games. Sign up in-game, on your PS4 console, or on the competition center at compete.playstation.com for your chance to win cash prizes and a round-trip ticket and competitor pass to EVO 2022. Think you're up for the challenge?
PlayStation